Bushy.
Kalenda, Gravas,
Gravis.
Martine,
Yep.
Rustling, Carpenter, Bushaw, Anderson, Nowaki.
Nowaski.
They put an AH in there.
Can you come up and show Dylan the ads and what to do there? Can you hear me? No. Can you come up and show Dylan the ads? How to do that?
What was that?
Joik.
Joik?
Yep. Like joik stick.
Joik. Joik.
Yep.
All right.
Welcome to the season opener of Crookston Pirate Football and East Grand Forks Football. Both teams were section runners-up last year. East Grand Forks lost in a heartbreaking, controversial no call at the end of the game against Dilworth Glendon Felton in the 8th 3A championship at the Fargo Dome. And Crookston, they took one on the chin, I guess you could say as expected, against, the eventual state champion, Barnesville Trojans in the Section 8 2A championship, also at the Fargo Dome. So both teams, East Grand Forks, they reload. They have great numbers, 90 kids in 9 through 12. And Crookston, they have 30 out in 9 through 12. So they're going to be a lot of two-way guys. East Grand Forks is a lot of two-way guys as well, but Crookston going to be reliant on that. Last year, these two teams met. It came down to a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and the East Grand Forks Green Wave were able to get a touchdown as the clock expired, and they won, spoiling Crookston's homecoming last year, and they have to come back to Crookston this year, and they're looking to come away with a W as well, looking to spoil Crookston's home and season opener. The Green Wave, they have an outstanding athlete at quarterback, Drew Carpenter. He's a 5'7", 170-pound senior. He was 38 of 70 passing last year for 564 yards, 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. He also carried the ball 77 times for 199 yards and 7 touchdowns. The Green Wave also returned Clyde Anderson, who had 680 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. He also had 31 yards receiving. Caleb Schmiedeberg, he is a senior. He had 372 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. He also had 56 yards receiving on 3 receptions for a touchdown. He only played half of the season last year. Then you have Levi Anderson. You have Jordan Nowaski. He had 7 carries for 143 yards and a touchdown last season as well. So they've got some horses back. And on the line, they have pretty good size, as you would expect East Grand Forks to have. On the flip side, the Crookston Pirates, they will return junior quarterback Tegan Lubinsky. He played sparingly at quarterback last year, and so he has a little time there, but this will, for all intents and purposes, he is the first-year starter for Pirate football as a junior. His running back, that's going to be a little different. The past 3+ years, we said handoff to number 38, Ethan Bull. Ethan Bull is now a redshirt. I think he's going to redshirt, but he's a freshman at UND playing football there. And so the Pirates obviously don't have him. He had 178 yards rushing last year against Crookston. Antonio Romero, he got the ball a few times last year. He will be called on quite a bit. Also, the fullback will be Rylan Labarski. You'll see some Carter Coette. You'll see Ashton Schockman, Jake Erickson, and others handling the ball in the backfield along with Lubinsky. And then the receivers, you have Parker Kelly, Tate Hamry, and others will be joining in the mix there. Crookston will have one of the bigger linemen around, Riley Helgeson, about 6'4", 6'5", right around 270 pounds. He wrestled last year at heavyweight and really helped him, and he was looking pretty good. He put in a lot of time over the offseason, and the Pirates expecting big things out of their big junior lineman. Another returning lineman with a lot of experience, Clay Hansen, the senior. The rest, not quite as much experience. You have Casey Weiland, a sophomore. He's just a little guy, like the Weiland brothers are, but he is a wrestler. He is a hard-nosed kid, and size does not matter for those wrestlers, but also for the Weiland family. And they're expecting big things. Casey played quite a bit last year. He'll be the starting linebacker as well. And he's one to keep an eye on, especially on the defensive end. You have Jose Arriaga, another sophomore that wrestles in the winter. He's going to be the center. And Angel Gutierrez, a senior, will be on the line as well. So the Pirates have some new faces into the starting lineup. They have some familiar faces. The Green Wave, the same. We had a chance to talk with both head coaches. We'll hear from the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, Coach Ryan Kasowski. We'll get his pregame comments and more. We'll also hear from Coach Nate Labarski of the Crookston Pirates. We'll take a look at our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. Take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Napa Crookston Welding and Machine and Legend Batteries, and a whole lot more all coming up here. Kickoff scheduled for about a half hour from now at 6 o'clock. A beautiful day, a little windy, but a beautiful day, not too hot, and should be a nice night for some high school football. Kicking off across the state of Minnesota tonight, and the teams that don't play tonight will be playing tomorrow. And we will have Fertile Beltrami football, and that will be coming up a little later, tomorrow at 6 o'clock as well. We'll have the pregame show at 5:20. So we will take a break. We'll be back, and we will have the head coaches. We will talk with the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, Coach Ryan Kasowski. His pregame comments going to be coming up next on KROX.
It's always growing season here at United Valley Bank. We're focused on growth for our customers and communities, success for farms and businesses, and improvement for ourselves. Partner with us, and you'll see firsthand just how much the right hometown banking team can change your perspective. Together, there's no limit to the heights we can reach.
United Valley Bank, our roots make us stronger.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
Tri-Valley Head Start Child and Family Programs offers child-centered, family-focused services in a community-based setting. The program provides health, nutrition, dental, mental health, family services, and parent engagement opportunities. Available for income-eligible children birth to 5 years old, as well as children with special needs, at-risk children, and families and pregnant women. Tri-Valley Head Start Child and Family Programs has centers in East Grand Forks, Grafton, Ada, and Crookston. For more information, visit tvoc.org.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Drs. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success. Gives you time
and
for
welcome
family,
back to
friends,
the
great outdoors and everything else
welcome
you
back.
enjoy about small town living. Entry-level positions are available.
And
pay
welcome back
starts
to
around
the
$18 per hour.
UMC
Apply
football
today
field
at
as we have
crystalsugar.com
Crookston Pirate
and share in
Football
our
on
sweet
the air.
success.
And just trying to figure out why we're not getting anything to come across to here on there we go. Welcome back. So welcome back to KROX radio, also on the KROX live stream. And we had a chance to talk with both head coaches. And here is the pregame comments from the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, Coach Ryan Kasowski. There we go. Welcome back. So welcome back to KROX radio, also on the KROX live stream. And we had a chance to talk with both head coaches. And here is the pregame comments from the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, Coach Ryan Kasowski.
It's always growing season here at United Valley Bank. We're focused on growth for our customers.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Minnesota high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by... welcome back to the UMC football field as we're going to have Crookston Pirate Football in the season opener on the air. We had a chance to talk with the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, Coach Ryan Kasowski, again coming off a section runner-up finish last year. They're looking, obviously, to take one step closer. Had a great season and a great finish to the season last year. And I would think East Grand Forks, along with Dilworth, Glendon, Felton, and Morris, will probably be the three top teams in Section 8AA or in 8-3A. And, well, let's hear from Coach Ryan Kasowski and his pregame comments here on KROX.
And we continue the Riverview Health pregame show on KROX as we talk with the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, Coach Ryan Kasowski. And Coach, well, it seems like I'm sure a long time ago from the section championship last year. But first of all, how has the preseason gone? And did your outstanding season last year and a tough finish, did that fuel some of your guys into this season?
I think so. We had a really good summer. The majority of our team lifted with our off-season program here at the school, and had great attendance, great work ethic, and carried that into fall camp here too. It's been great to see the guys out there and the leadership, and that senior class for us this year has really taken control of this football team and is really excited for this season. So it's been exciting so far. We're looking forward to playing a game here and just excited to get our kids out there.
And with your team, as you said, you have a lot of experience coming back from last year. And the old saying is you guys just reload. And have you loaded some of the guys into the spots that you graduated last year?
Yeah, we think so. We're excited about some of these younger kids. Some of them played for us last year, but maybe didn't start for us, so they've gotten some experience. But especially on the offensive line, I think that was one area coming in where we thought, hey, if these kids can develop and step up, we should be okay up front. And they've done that so far in fall camp. I think, seeing them in a game will really be the test. But we like our skill guys coming back, and we really like our the depth as well. We feel like we've got some young kids that could come in and give us some minutes if somebody needed a break or was winded, or if injuries happen, as they always do. We feel pretty good about our number twos coming in as well.
Well, and you mentioned depth. That's going to be huge, especially with the forecast to be in the upper 80s, 90s later this week. And as we play this back on Thursday, it's supposed to be pretty warm, so I'm sure that's going to be a factor too.
Yeah, it certainly is, and even when you look at the air quality and some of that stuff that, we've been kind of dealing with all summer as well. And it's, we've been telling our guys all week, you got to stay hydrated. You got to, keep up with, making sure you're putting the right stuff in your body and taking care of your body. And, we've been able to watch a couple North Dakota games as they've started before we have. And, almost every game you watch there, somebody's cramping up or somebody's, got some things where they're not feeling well. So really stress to our guys of, staying hydrated and making sure that, come Thursday, you're ready to rock.
What should we expect from the Green Wave offensively?
Well, we are who we are. We we like to run the football. We like to play kind of old school, and we just feel like that's who we are. That's who our community is just hard nosed, and we're okay with 4 yards. That's just kind of our mindset is. Just keep churning away, keep the clock running, and ball control, and that's just who we are and what we believe in, and but we do feel really comfortable with our playmakers on the outside too. We've got some veteran receivers. We obviously have Drew Carpenter coming back at quarterback, who in my opinion is one of the most underrated quarterbacks or athletes we've had at East Grand Forks. Just doesn't get enough attention for how good he actually is. So we're excited about his senior year, and just overall we think offensively that we'll be able to, hopefully get the ball into some of our playmakers' hands and see what they can do.
Well, you mentioned Carpenter, and how big of a factor is that to have that experience, but also that athleticism, and he can hurt you many ways.
It's huge, yeah. I mean, and he's to the point too where he understands the offense so well that he's able to make adjustments as we go, or make checks, or do whatever we need to do to get in a good position offensively to gain success on a play. So it's just really, you can't say enough about how great it is to have him back for another year, and he's got that confidence. He played all last year, and you can just tell that he's ready to just take control of this offense and put us in a great position.
How about defensively? What should we expect from you this season?
Well, yeah, it's we've probably got a little more, I'll say, some new players on the defensive side than we do on the offense. We've got a couple guys that we've got to rely on. We've got some new linebackers, and some guys that we're going to really see where they're at, kind of see if they're ready to go and play varsity football here. So be kind of a test here Thursday of where we're at, but we're still going to fly to the football. We're still going to play aggressive, and just try and get going as fast as we can.
As you take on Crookston in the season opener, obviously they graduated a large part of their offense with Ethan Bull, but what do you know about them this year?
Well, they're always going to be physical. I know that, and our kids know that, and very, very prideful group, and guys that are going to give you your all, and I think with them you could put the film on with no score, and you'd never know who's winning or who's losing. They just give you 100% no matter where they're at, and I just have so much respect for Coach Labarski, that staff, and those kids, and we've got a ton of respect for that program. We know that like last year, it's going to be a 4-quarter battle, and you just never know. It might come down to the last play, or the last drive, or who makes the least mistakes. It's we're in for a very good football game against a good team.
And with your team, I'm sure, Crookston the same way. When Crookston East Grand Forks play, you don't have to give many rah-rah speeches before the game. The guys are pretty fired up to play each other.
They certainly are, yeah. And I think traditionally it has kind of been this game one. Last year, the last couple of years, it's been a little different being game, 5 or 6 or whatever it was. But, to be able to start off your season with a rivalry game, I think is exciting for everybody. And, you don't know a lot about each other. I think that's, kind of the interesting thing, too. There's not weeks of film on each other, and it's just going out and playing football and, kind of the way it used to be of just go out, have fun, make plays, and we're really looking forward to it.
This is more playing football on the fly here and making adjustments after each play.
Yeah, it certainly is too, and I think that's fun too. Is that game within the game of making adjustments or making things as the game goes along that you start to notice, and it's a lot of fun.
How's the health of your team coming into the season opener?
Yeah, we're doing pretty well. I think we've got things like everybody does, just shin splints or sore or those kind of things. But knock on wood, we've had a pretty healthy pre-fall here, and we've got Grant Berger back, which is huge. He tore his ACL last year when we played Crookston, and has just worked his tail off to get back, and is rehabbed for 9 months or whatever it's been. So excited to get Grant back out there, and just felt terrible for him last year in that game. So. We're doing pretty well health-wise, and it's just hopefully as the season goes along, it's whoever's healthy at the end is usually the ones that have a chance. So hopefully that stays in our favor.
Yeah, and can you narrow it down? Last question here to 2 or 3 keys for a Green Wave victory.
Well, I think as always, the ball is the program. You got to make sure you're not turning the ball over, and you got to make sure you're creating some turnovers as well. That's always an important thing. I also think week one, game one, it's limiting mistakes and, limiting some of those mistakes that can come back to hurt you. And, there's going to be some, obviously, with it being the first game of the year. But I think if you can limit mistakes, too, that's definitely going to help you out in your chances to get a victory.
And that is the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, Coach Ryan Kasowski. We thank him for joining us here in our pregame show. And it looks like they're going to have the coin flip. We'll see if we can get Bo to head out and get that as we go through. Crookston, the fashion note before we take our break, they're in the navy blue uniforms, and they have yellow numbers with the yellow pants. And now we'll send it down to the field.
If anybody on your team is getting out of line, we expect you 8 guys to take care of it, okay? Tails is called. You have a couple options you want to...
Oh, Bo, it's... Well, the mic not working there, so Bo, what happened?
Well, East Grand Fork called tails. It was tails, in fact, so looks like they're going to receive. Oh, Crookston will receive, pardon me. Crookston will receive.
So Crookston will receive. East Grand Forks wins the coin toss, and so starting right away with the ball, and East Grand Forks, they'll be kicking with that 35, 40-mile-an-hour wind at their back. So that Crookston, who is probably not going to be passing a whole lot, I would think, they'll have to run into the wind in that first half. We will take a break. We'll be back, and we'll hear from the head coach of the Crookston Pirates, Coach Nate Labarski. We'll get his pregame comments. That's going to be coming up next on the Riverview Health pregame show on KROX.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at gohugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Come see the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic for all your eye care needs. Whether you're due for an eye exam, looking for new contact lenses, glasses, need cataract surgery, or anything else eye-related, Doctors Forget, Smith, and Jenna.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at gohugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Come see the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic for all your eye care needs. Whether you're due for an eye exam, looking for new contact lenses, glasses, need cataract surgery, or anything else eye-related, Doctors Forget, Smith, and Janetta are all accepting new patients. They offer a wide array of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses. Need specialized eyewear for a specific activity? From specific ski or snowmobile goggles to performance sunglasses for running or cycling to a full spectrum of specialty tents and eyewear for trap shooters, the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic can help maximize your visual performance for whatever your passion is.
Hello, this is Lindsay Erdman, Executive Director at Benedictine Living Community Crookston. Over the years, we have seized the opportunity to make changes and improve the services that we offer. Healthcare has taken on a very distinct evolution, focusing on post-acute, short stay, and return to home. It is our privilege to continue to serve our community with continuum of care ranging from assisted living, memory care, post-acute, short stay, and extended care. We are so grateful for the support of Crookston and the surrounding communities. In this season of giving and reflection, please know how very proud Benedictine Living Community of Crookston is to serve our community.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
Pirates Coach Nate Labarski, and got his pregame comments. The Pirates went 5-5 last year. They finished Section 8AA runners-up, losing to the eventual state champion, the Barnesville Trojans, who steamrolled their way through not only the section tournament, but really didn't have a close game in the state tournament as well, which surprised nobody up here. Here is Coach Nate Labarski.
1.
We continue the Riverview Health pregame show on KROX as we talk Pirate football with Coach Nate Labarski. And Coach, before we talk about your opponent, East Grand Forks, in the season opener, let's talk about the preseason and how did practice and your scrimmages go?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good week of, first initial week of practice. Then we were able to go to a scrimmage in Thief River, and I thought we came out and played aggressively. And when you play aggressively in a scrimmage, it usually goes pretty well. So we found some, kids that can certainly help us on the field, which we're not very deep. So that was a bright spot, I think, is kids that maybe hadn't played a whole lot of football also came out aggressively and were able to play. So that was certainly a bright spot when we went there on Saturday.
And so was it any kids maybe surprise you on being farther ahead than where you thought, especially against other competition? Or was there some kids that came back like you expected them to?
Yeah, I thought that some of our seniors that either this is their first year out for football or hadn't been out for football in a while. Miles Moore, Ashton Shockman, they played aggressively, and the hope is that they're a senior, and their bodies developed, and they would come out and play that way. Sometimes when you haven't played football for a while, though, you're a little timid, and they weren't that way at all. And I thought that Adam Arriaga is another kid that's going to be able to, for sure, early on in the season, contribute on special teams, and then down the road we'll see more game action. So.
And what did you take away from those three scrimmages on the defensive end? Were you happy with how you played there?
I was. Up front, we were really pretty solid up front. We're playing a couple of kids at defensive end that haven't played a whole lot, but our guys up the middle. Also, Riley Helgeson hasn't played a lot on the defensive side of the ball, but he figured out that that's a fun side to play too, and he told me as much. But no, those guys up front played well. I thought our linebackers, you get sorted out to make sure you're getting your reads. Tate Hamry's new to linebacker position, so. Like I said, I mean, if you're going to make a mistake, make an aggressive mistake, and we did.
How about on the offensive end? Obviously, the offense will look quite a bit different from last year. Of course, everybody knew that Ethan Bowl was probably going to get the ball about 60-70% of the time, and obviously he graduated. He's over at UND now. And how did the offense play?
Yeah, I thought that we played pretty well offensively. You know, those guys up front we're not giving them a whole lot right now to think about. We just want them to play fast, and on the back end, it's. You know, we have new pieces, and we're going to have to use multiple people to move the ball, you know, on the back end of our offense. So we're going to ask our quarterback to run some and then also, you know, see the field in the pass. So at times we played really well on offense, and other times we were just kind of getting some things figured out. And tonight will be the same. It's the first game of the season to see where we're at. Can the kids handle maybe a little bit more as we move into week 2, or are we okay and just figuring out where we're at?
Who's going to be quarterback this year?
Tegan Lubinsky will be the starter. Yep.
And he got quite a bit of playing time last year, both offensively and defensively, so he's no stranger to the position. How about in the backfield? Is it going to be by committee, or are you going to have some horses that you look at? Or?
It'll be by committee, but Antonio Romero starts their tailback, and then Rylan, Carter Coet, and Jake Erickson will kind of rotate. He'll rotate in the backfield. Antonio might rotate to a slot receiver. So those 4 guys right now are kind of being a little bit of a rotation for our backfield or our slot position players. So, and then we're always looking for more guys to fill those roles too. So.
And those names that you mentioned, they've played that position before, and some of them have got some pretty good varsity time as well.
Yeah, and so we slid Rylan into the slot, which he played kind of the outside receiver last year. Parker Kelly and Tate Hamry will be out there at tight ends or the X receivers. So. Guys are moving positions a little bit, but like you said, I think that for our junior class in particular, and obviously Carter has a fair amount of varsity football experience, but our junior class getting some experience as sophomores last year should be helpful.
With the line, you have some returners that have played quite a bit of time and started most of the games, if not all of them, last year, and so you have some experience to build around there.
Yeah, we do. You know, Riley at the left tackle, and then Clay Hansen played there a fair amount for us towards the end of the season last year. He'll be the first to tell you he likes defense better than offense, but we'll need him to play on the offensive side too. Angel Gutierrez played some for us as well. Now, Jose Arriaga is pretty fresh, pretty new. He's a sophomore, and he's going to play there some tonight for us. So that'll be, we'll have guys surrounding him, though, that are going to be able to help him out. And I think that's going to be a big thing going forward.
That is the head coach of the Crookston Pirates, Coach Nate Labarski, and his pregame comments here on KROX. Now it's time to take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Napa Crookston Welding and Machine. Napa Crookston Welding and Machine, they have what you need. And make sure your battery will start the first time every time, as they have Legend batteries at Napa Crookston Welding and Machine. They handle all your Legend battery needs for your cars, trucks, recreational vehicles, snowmobiles, and ATVs. Now here's the Napa Crookston Welding and Machine starting lineups. First for the East Grand Forks Green Wave on defense, since they will be kicking off. On the line, they'll go with a 3-man front. It'll be Messi Kalenda, a 6'2", 250-pound junior. The nose guard will be Zach Joik, a 6', 250-pound senior, and the defensive end will be Maverick Martin, a 6'1", 220-pound junior. They'll go with 4 linebackers: Clyde Anderson, a 6', 180-pound senior; Braden Overgaard, a 5'11", 185-pound sophomore; Cole Bees, a 6'2", 205-pound junior; and Grant Berger, a 6'2", 210-pound senior. The defensive backs will be Austin Rustling, a 6'2", 175-pound junior; Levi Anderson, a 6', 180-pound senior; Jordan Owaski, a 5'8", 160-pound junior; and Damian Bashaw, a 6', 160-pound senior. The Pirate offense, we'll run through that here in just a moment, as Drew Carpenter ready to kick off for the Green Wave. Black pants, white jersey top with the black numbers and green trim. The kickoff going to be taken by Carter Coet at around the 5-yard line. He'll get up to the 10 to about the 14-yard line, and that's where Crookston will start it off, 1st and 10 at their own about 14. Offensively across the line for Crookston, it'll be Riley Helgeson, a 6'3", 275-pound junior; Casey Weiland, a sophomore; Jose Arriaga, a sophomore; Clay Hansen, a senior, and Angel Gutierrez, a senior. Coach Labarski said they still need to get a few more weights and height, so we don't have them for the Pirates yet. We should have them next week. Tight end is Tate Hamry, a sophomore. Quarterback will be Tegan Lebinsky, a junior. Receivers will be Carter Coet and Parker Kelly, a senior and junior respectively. And the backfield, running backs Rylan Labarski, a junior, and Antonio Romero, a senior. Pirates in their yellow pants with the navy blue jerseys, the yellow numbers, and white trim. Pirates going to left to right if you're listening on the radio, and if you're watching on the live stream, you figured that out already. Now it'll be Lebinsky. He's going to dish it out on a little pitch. Looks like Labarski, and no, it will be Romero, so he got the pitch, and he's going to be taken down for a gain of 1 on the play. So Romero gets the first carry of the season, and it's a yard as we'll go down to the field. And Bo Melby, a beautiful night.
Yeah, a little windy. That's the main thing. I got to make sure to turn my back when I'm talking to you, Chris, otherwise you only hear wind. But otherwise, temperature is nice. There's not too many clouds out. It should be a good day for football.
So a 1-yard carry. Pirates will have it second down and 9 from their own 15-yard line. Out of the shotgun, the Lebinsky's going to hand it off. He was holding on to it for a while. The Green Wave stormed through, and they come up with a tackle for a loss. Romero will lose that yard that he just gained, so he has 2 carries for no yards.
East Grand Forks just blew that play up immediately. There was nothing there, and I don't know if Lebinsky didn't know what he wanted to do exactly, if he wanted to maybe try and get out the outside, but there was just nothing there.
Yeah, the option read, and I think when you have all those white jerseys running at you, you get rid of it so you don't take the loss. That's not what he's thinking, but there was, I think, no matter what, it was going to be a broken play because of the Green Wave defense. Now dropping back to pass is Lebinsky. He's going to be sacked in the backfield, back to about the 5-yard line, and that's going to be, they're going to mark it, yes, at the 5, so that'll be a loss of 9 for Lebinsky.
And again, just another broken play. This offensive line having some issues right away, reading this 3-man front, and East Grand Forks getting great pressure on the Pirates and just not letting anything develop.
So they'll be punting from the 5-yard line, and that looks to be Jake Erickson. Will be punting from the end zone. So he's back in the end zone, punting into this hellacious wind, and now we will have a flag thrown.
Is that a legal formation, I believe?
Yeah, it might be, because there's no way that was 25 seconds.
Penalty flag on the play.
Ineligible participant, so they have too many guys on the field. That's what the problem is. So first special teams unit of the season, and they get a 5-yard penalty and half the distance of the goal, so about 2.5. Now the punt that goes off the side of the foot. It's an end-over-end punt, hits at about the 8-yard line, rolls down to the 2, and then the Green Wave scoop it up. And were they in the end zone when did they score?
Yes, no, he picked it up, and he just dove as he picked it up there. I couldn't see who it was. Looks like it's number 2.
So picking it up and scoring will be Clyde Anderson, the 6-foot, 180-pound sophomore. We'll give him, that is a punt. They picked it up at the 2, so it's a punt. It's a loss of 3 yards on the punt. So the punt is a loss of 3. Obviously not good there. It did go for positive yardage, but bounced back, and then Anderson picks it up at the 2-yard line, and he will get the touchdown there. So Anderson, a 2-yard punt return touchdown. You don't see that very often. And with 9:21 remaining in this first quarter of play, East Grand Forks takes a 6-0 lead without the offense touching the ball. Now the snap, it's a low one, but the nice job by the holder to get it in good enough position to get the kick, but Carpenter misses wide left, and it's a 6-0 lead for the East Grand Forks Green Wave. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be back right after this timeout on KROX. You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX. What's that? I've done enough UMC games.
That was interesting. Ooh.
I've never seen one recovered basically in the end zone. I'm giving him a 2-yard punt return touchdown. Yeah, because he did pick it up, I think, before he got in. But and welcome back to Crookston as the East Grand Forks Green Wave have taken a 6-0 lead without the offense touching the ball after a punt into this about 40-mile-an-hour wind was picked up by Clyde Anderson. We're giving him a 2-yard return. Bo, did you see, did he recover it in the end zone? As the kick goes into the end zone, that'll be a touchback.
I mean, I think the ball was probably in midair at like maybe 1 or 2 yard line, like you said. I was about at the 15 when it happened, and he was diving in midair, so it was just his momentum took him there. Yeah. And I was talking to some of the guys on the sideline here. I don't think anyone's seen that before. That was just an odd play that the wind is obviously the main culprit to that one.
So a 9:21 was the time of the touchdown. Clyde Anderson, a 2-yard punt return, and the kick fails. So now Crookston, with 9:21 remaining, will have the ball back. They're going to be at their own 20-yard line and see if they can do a little better than a 3-and-out. Going to have to with this wind. Now a man in motion going from left to right. Holding on to the ball will be Labarski. He's going to be hit. That's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play. And the Pirates not going to be able to do these long developing plays against this East Grand Forks defense because they stopped that for a loss of 5.
Yeah, going to the outside has not been working so far. As you said, they need to get something quick going because this defensive line for East Grand Forks is quick and just blowing by Crookston right now.
Yeah, and we knew this was going to be an issue. East Grand Forks very good on the offensive and defensive line, and the defensive line has dominated early on as the Pirates have a loss of 14 yards on 4 plays. Underneath center is Labarski. He hands it off right up the gut. They do get some positive yardage, only about a yard on the quick handoff to Romero. So Romero 3 carries for 1 yard. And in on the tackle for East Grand Forks was Kalenda, the junior. He had 10 tackles, 1 for a loss last season. So 3rd down and 14 for Crookston. Out of the shotgun again will be Labarski. He has Romero to his right. 3 receivers split out to the near side. 1 receiver split out to the far side. Looking over the defense, slapping his hands, getting the snap is Labarski. He's flushed out of the pocket. The throw is caught by Coet. That's going to be shy of the 1st down up to the 25-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 9 yards on the passing play. Coet gets his first reception. Labarski 1 for 1.
Give him credit in through the wind, too, throwing on the run off 1 foot there. It was a great throw, great catch on 2 defenders around him, but unfortunately just a little short and looks like they're going to punt.
And the Pirates will have to punt again. 4th down and about 6. On to punt will be Erickson, Jake Erickson. The snap is good. Erickson's sidewinder punt again. That is out at 42, 43. They're going. The Pirates might have got it. No, he is coming back. 42. That's exactly where it went out. So a good job by the officials. So a 17-yard punt and no return. And East Grand Forks will have it.
Looks like we're taking a water timeout, Chris.
So we'll have a water timeout. We'll keep it here to go over the scoring. The Pirates have punted twice, a loss of 3 and a gain of 17 that time. East Grand Forks will have the ball for the first time in the game, leading 6-0 at the Pirate 42-yard line. Starting offense for East Grand Forks, it'll be Drew Carpenter, the quarterback, a 5'7", 170-pound senior. He was 38 of 70 passing for 564 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 77 carries for 199 yards, 7 touchdowns. The tailbacks will be Clyde Anderson. He had 680 yards on 153 carries last year for 10 touchdowns. He also had 5 receptions for 31 yards. Levi Anderson, a senior, also in the backfield, along with Jordan Owoski. He had 7 carries for 143 yards and a touchdown. And then the receivers are Austin Rustling, a junior, and Damian Bashaw, a senior. Green Wave going right to left in their white jersey tops with the black numbers, green trim, and the black pants, the shiny green helmets. Underneath the center is Carpenter. He's going to go with the quick hitter right up the gut, and that's going to be a gain of about 2, possibly 3 yards for the tailback, and that's going to be Clyde Anderson. So 3 yards for Anderson on his first play of the game. So Helgeson in on the tackle for Crookston. So the drive started at the Crookston 42. First carry is 3 yards. Coach Kasowski said that in the pregame show, said, hey, we'll take 3-4 yards every time. Now a handoff on the end around. That was Anderson from the right side, comes across to the near side. He gets the handoff. There is a flag thrown on the field right at about the 41-yard line. And we'll see what the official has to say. It's going to be holding against East Grand Forks. Crookston, of course, will take it. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. So that'll move it back to the 50-yard line.
That will be a 10-yard penalty.
So they'll mark it at the 49-yard line. And it'll be second down and about 17 yards. They have to get to the 32. So Crookston, they have the Green Wave going the right way here. Green Wave will go with the receiver, split out to each side of the field. They have a man in motion going left to right is Nowoski. Dropping back is Carpenter. He has a receiver down the far sideline, overshoots him. Had a little bit of a step there, was Rustling, but that wind just took the ball, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Carpenter 0 for 1 in the game.
You know, that was some good coverage by Pirates out of Romero, I believe, on that side, and he was with them, but that step definitely would have been enough, but thankfully the wind kind of bailed out the Pirates there. So a big third down here. See if Crookston can slow the roll and get momentum back on their side.
6:10 remaining, first quarter of play on the Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. A lot of high school football, we should say. Good to see a Pirate alum, outstanding high school football player Todd Miner. He's helping coach this year. He was one of those guys you went to watch the Pirate games when he was playing. Still remember those games. Now the handoff right up the gut, coming through and making the tackle. That looks like it is Weiland. So Weiland makes the tackle after a gain of 2 on the play. So Levi Anderson gets the handoff, a gain of 2, and East Grand Forks likely going to punt here. But Weiland, no surprise there. He is able to shut off the offensive lineman, came through and made a beautiful tackle. And 4th and about 15 for East Grand Forks. Carpenter, who's also the quarterback, will have to punt, standing at about his own 38-yard line. Now the spiral punt hits at the 20, goes out of bounds inside the 20, and we'll see where the official, he's going back, waiting, and they're going to mark it right at the 13-yard line.
It looks like it's going to be the 14, but either way.
14, yeah. So the 14, they're running all around here. We can't, so the 14-yard line, so that'll be a punt of 33 yards on the punt for Carpenter. So a good job by the Pirate defense in their first time out, but once again, Pirates, they don't have great field position to start it off. They'll be at their own on 14-yard line. 5:22 remaining in this first quarter of play. East Grand Forks leading 6-0. Now the snap to Labarski. He's going to go right up the gut. Once again, there is nothing there. That'll be a loss of 2 yards on the play. Labarski 3 carries and a loss of 16.
Yeah, the linebacker Cole Bees right there, met him at the line of scrimmage, and just nothing there for the Pirates.
So Bees in on the tackle again. The Green Wave dominating defensively early on here. Said Todd Miner in helping out, a new addition to the staff, the defensive coordinator this year for the Pirates is Dan Rooney. Nice to have him at the coordinator spot. He's taking the spot of Darren Zimmerman, he's got his hands full with all his kids now and coaching girls basketball in the winter as well. Now the pass by Labarski. He's looking over to the far sideline and overshoots the receiver. A little miscommunication there, and that'll be an incomplete pass. Labarski 1 for 2 now in the game.
Yeah, I like the idea, though. The pass game's been working well for Crookston. That's the only success they've had so far. But, you're going into the win, so you might have some issues, but I think you got to try it.
3rd down and 12 for Crookston. The center is Jose Arriaga, the sophomore, or as his friends call him, Daniel. Now dropping back, the handoff goes to Coet. He has a blocker in front. He gets to the outside, but he's going to be taken down after a gain of about 4, possibly 5. Good play goal by the Pirates. So after a gain of about 5, it'll be 4th down and 8 for Crookston.
Another positive play there, and it's unfortunate that they're just ending their drives with them. They can't, and they're not ending them in the end zone.
So on to punt again will be Erickson into this wind, and this is why the Green Wave selected to, they deferred to the second half, and this is why they figured Crookston would take it. And, because you don't, the kick going to be taken at about the 40-yard line, return up to the 35. Down to the 34, maybe the 33, and it'll be 1st and 10 for East Grand Forks. Once again in Crookston territory.
Well, good low line drive punt there, so some good positive yards on the punt, so we'll take that. And not as good field position as their first, I guess they didn't have any field position in their first drive when they scored, but see if the Crookston defense can come back out and have another big stop.
So the ball is at the Crookston 33. So the Green Wave have started at the Crookston 42 and 33. We have 3:43 remaining in this first quarter of play. East Grand Forks leading 6-0. A handoff to the right side. And Anderson, Levi will get a gain of about 5 yards on the play. In on the tackle for Crookston was Helgeson once again. 2nd down and 5 for East Grand Forks. Again, a short field for the Green Wave. Carpenter, a veteran quarterback. Looks to his left, now to his right, looks over the defense. Yells out instructions. He has one back in the backfield, now a man in motion. The handoff going to go to that man in motion to the left side. It looks like a 1st down and more for Levi Anderson. So that'll be a 6-yard gain for Anderson. He has 13 carries on 3 yards, and that will be the first down of the game. Well, I guess technically, they didn't have the ball offensively, so you don't get if you have the ball offensively and you score a touchdown, that is a 1st down, and technically in the books, but they didn't have the ball offensively, so. Now man in motion again. That's Anderson. Handoff goes right side over to Clyde Anderson. So the Andersons running all over in the backfield for the Green Wave, and that's going to be a gain of 8 yards for Clyde. He has 11 yards on 2 carries as the Green Wave moving the ball here in big chunks.
Yeah, and they're really using that deception with that guy in motion in the back. That's kind of making it a little tougher to pick up where that ball's going, and it's the defensive line here has got to really track it.
Ball at the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Green Wave at the Crookston 15. Green Wave already leads 6-0. Now Carpenter, he hands it off, going to the left side once again and getting the first down and then some, all the way up to about the 11. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play for East Grand Forks'. Looks like Levi, or is that? No, that's going to be Clyde Anderson again. In on the tackle for the Pirates was Rylan Labarski and Carter Coet. Second first down of the game for the Green Wave. 2:06 remaining in this first quarter of play. East Grand Forks leading 6-0. Look to add to that with a first down. It'll be first and goal at the 12. Underneath the center is Carpenter. He's going to hand it off. Bouncing it out to the outside is Nowaski. He has a seam. He's going to tumble into the end zone and a touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run for Nowaski, his first carry of the game. And with 1:57 left in the first quarter, East Grand Forks takes a 12-0 lead. So Jordan Nowaski gets the touchdown on the 12-yard carry, and it'll be a 2-point conversion attempt here for East Grand Forks. Anderson in the backfield. Underneath center is Carpenter. Man in motion. Then fake the handoff. They have, that is Clyde Anderson, and he's going to be stopped short. What a great job by the Pirates. It looked like it was going to be no problem for Clyde to get in there, but he is tackled short, and the score will remain 12-0. 1:57 left in this first quarter of play. East Grand Forks leading 12-0. East Grand Forks will kick off right after this 30-second timeout on KROX.
On the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate activities on the KROX live stream.
It's always growing season here at United Valley Bank. We're
The Green Wave, a short field, they take advantage of it. They have, they scored on a punt return for a touchdown. Or you could call it a punt recovery for a touchdown. And then they score on a 33-yard drive. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. A 5-play drive that covered 33 yards. And it's a 12-0 lead for East Grand Forks. Both their extra point attempts have failed. 1:57 remaining. Again, the Green Wave with that 35, 40-mile-an-hour wind at their back. And now the kick goes through the hands of Carter Coet. And I think that might not be a bad thing, as that'll be a touchback, and Crookston will start at their own 20-yard line.
A mistake that will turn out to be just fine. Yeah, that's one that will come back to hurt you.
Well, that's one. It's really no pressure at that point, as long as it goes into the end zone. If it goes forward, now you're in trouble. But the Green Wave, they were getting down. Their coverage has been stellar early on. And it's no surprise the Green Wave going to be one of the favorites in Section 8-3A again this year. So Crookston will start at their own 20. They've started at their own 14, 20, 14, and 20. There's a pattern there. 1:54 left in this first quarter of play. See if they can get anything going offensively here. 1st and 10. Handoff. Right up the middle again. This time some good positive yardage for the Pirates. Their biggest run of the game. That's going to be about a 3, maybe a 4-yard carry. So Romero, he now has 5 yards on 4 carries. It'll be 2nd down and 6 now for Crookston.
And that's really big. They haven't had much success on their first plays of the drive, so to get some positive yards, really hopefully get things going for the Pirates here.
Looks like, is that Erickson in the backfield now for Crookston? And the handoff goes right up the middle again. So the Pirates going right up the gut. That's working well as they get another big chunk of yardage. It's going to be 3rd and short. And we'll have a timeout called by East Grand Forks. Coach Kasowski wants to talk with his team here, and we'll take a break. We'll be back. 62 seconds left in the first quarter of play. 12-0. East Grand Forks leads. We'll be back right after this 1-minute timeout.
All of us love sports. But not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets. Millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Minnesota high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
After the timeout, the Green Wave looking to keep the wind into the face of the Pirates if they're not able to convert this 3rd down play. So it'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 2. Underneath center is Labarski. Labarski drops back, and he fakes the handoff. He's going to be brought down for a loss back to the 25-yard line, and the Green Wave going to call for a timeout. Actually, they didn't have to call for a timeout because the Pirates would have had to run this 4th down play anyway, and they would have had to do it before. They have 25 or 40, 40 seconds, 25 seconds, 40 seconds in high school. So they'd have 14 seconds. They'd have to get it off. So the Green Wave call another timeout. We'll keep it here and recap the scoring. The Green Wave, they scored on a fumble recovery and right at about the 2-yard line. Well, just got an update here. Crookston Boys Soccer on our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. Melrose and Crookston play to a 1-1 tie. And Melsha had a 10 saves for Crookston in goal. And Caden Boyk scored the goal at the 15:56 mark of the first half. The assist went to Brandon Tanquist. And Alexis Basura scored at the 26:15 mark, so about 10 minutes later. And 10.5 minutes later, there was no goals in the second half. So there's about 3 minutes left in the game, and Melsha made a big save to keep it tied at 1 apiece. So a 1-1 tie for Crookston. They're 1-1, just like the girls' team now. Now the punt getting right through into the Green Wave, and Crookston doesn't even get the punt this time. And things go from worse to worser. I know that's bad grammar, and it's not right, but that's pretty much the way to sum up that play for the Pirates. And was that that was Labarski at back there, wasn't it, or was it Erickson?
No, that was Erickson,
Okay.
but again, like the Green Wave defenders were right there, so he didn't want to get it blocked, so he thought, well, just maybe try to get something there, and there was, as you said, worser is really the only way you can put that one.
So a loss of 6 for Erickson on the punt, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Green Wave at the Crookston 18-yard line. We have 46 seconds left. The handoff goes left side and just pushing Pirate defenders inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. That'll be a 15-yard carry for the Green Wave. It was that Grant Berger, 34?
No, that was number 2, wasn't that Anderson?
Clyde Anderson with a 15-yard gain. He now has 30 yards on 4 carries. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Green Wave.
Yeah, just didn't keep, or just kept moving his feet, I should say, and just spinning around and dragging Pirate defenders with him.
Well, that's why you see the football players pushing those sleds around. That's exactly what that drill is for, just a situation like that. And now, most of the time, the alignment. Now the handoff right side. Carpenter hands it off. over to Clyde Anderson, and he will get the touchdown from 3 yards out. So a touchdown on 2 plays, 18-yard drive with 22 seconds remaining in this first quarter. It's now an 18-0 lead for the Green Wave. Clyde Anderson, his second touchdown of the game. First offensive touchdown. Now Carpenter on to kick the extra point. The left-footed kick is through the uprights. And the kick is good for Carpenter. And it's a 19-0 lead for the East Grand Forks Green Wave. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this timeout.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream.
Well, the Green Wave taking advantage of that wind, and now they have 22 seconds left in the quarter to get one more kick with that wind at their back.
I think for the Pirates' sake, you hope it goes into the end zone because that's been their best field position so far.
Well, the cheerleaders, so I guess we have a cheer team this year. They tried to stand in front of the Pirate adults, and I think somebody quickly told them, no, I don't think so. In front of the students, please. Now the kickoff going to be taken by Coet, and he's going to get back to the 20, maybe up to the 21-yard line. So a nice job by Carter as that special teams coverage by East Grand Forks continues to be stellar. Quick scoreboard update. Foston in volleyball beat Red Lake County Central 3-1. So Foston won 25-22, 20-25, 25-15, 20-11. So Crookston will start again. They have 15 seconds left with this wind. The goal here is just to get those 15 seconds off the clock. So their own 20-yard line is where they mark it. 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter. East Grand Forks leading big at 19-0. Out of the shotgun is Levinsky. He's going to hand it off to Coet. He goes to the outside, and he's going to be upended. Well, the Pirate out there on the far sideline wasn't able to hold the block, and Coet's going to be hit for a loss of about 5 on the play. So Coet with 2 carries and no yards, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Pirates as they start the second quarter at their own 10-yard line. East Grand Forks leading on the Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update, 19-0. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this 30-second timeout.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream.
Well, the Crookston Pirates find themselves trailing 19-0. The good news is that they have the wind at their back this time. So if they do have to punt, they don't have to punt into that terrible wind. And the wind continues to whip around. Beautiful night for some football for the fans. Might be a little warm for the players. Well, on football nights, we spend half of our, any time we share our streaming links or say that we're carrying a game, we get these spam. If you get, and it's just nonstop, it's, I mean, nobody's going to go to ESPN 77 to watch East Grand Forks Crookston football game. Well, I hope not. Nobody would be that foolish. But again, all home Pirate volleyball, football, basketball, hockey, and wrestling we have streamed on the KROX YouTube channel. You can watch those all season long, and of course on the radio as well. Dropping back to pass as we start the second quarter will be Lubinsky. He finds rolling out to the right side and getting close to a first down is Rylan Labarski. So Lubinsky to Labarski, and that is going to be a gain of 14 yards.
I think this could be big, having a win to their back for this pass game for the Pirates. This has been that's been the strongest showing on their offensive so far, so hopefully they can keep it going here.
Yeah, Lubinsky's 2 for 3 for 23 yards in the game. And Lubinsky underneath center. He has one back in the backfield. That's Romero. Big hole on the left side. He's going to get the first down. First down of the game for the Pirates. And Romero will get the gain of about 3 yards on the play up to the 31-yard line. So we've had a gain of 14. Now 3. That is a first down. And it'll be first down and 10. The first drive, or the first play of the drive, was a loss of 5, so that's why the 17 yards was needed to get the first down. First and 10 for the Pirates at their own 31-yard line. Have the wind at their back now. Dropping back, rolling out to his right is Lubinsky. He's looking, lobs a pass as a receiver, but he's just overshoots the intended receiver, and that'll be an incomplete pass. 2 for 4 now is Lubinsky, and that is the problem. You have that wind blowing at your back, so that's the challenge, especially if you're going a little farther on the pass.
And that's the thing. We've seen that twice now, once from both teams where they've gone deep and the winds just affected the pass just enough to get it out of the reach of the receivers. But again, you like them seeing the attempt to go deep to really hopefully spread out this defense.
So the Pirates have it second down and 10. Underneath, going out of the shotgun now will be Lubinsky. He has a man in motion going right to left, fakes the handoff to Labarski, and Lubinsky gets up to the 27-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 4 on the play. And Lubinsky, his 4th carry of the game. He now has a loss of 12 on those 4 carries.
Chipping away, trying to get positive.
It's the thing about a quarterback. You get if you get sacked or if you get dropped for a loss on a broken play, you're the guy that usually has to eat it. And a lot of that goes on the offensive line, of course. It'll be third down and call it 8. Now out of the shotgun, Lubinsky looking. He's flushed out of the pocket, fires a pass, and he was looking for his tight end, Coet. Coet was not looking. I don't think he would have been able to catch it anyway. And it's going to be 4th down and 8 for the Pirates, and they'll have to punt with the wind at their back for the first time.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lubinsky just kind of had to step up in the pocket and throw on the run there and just didn't have enough time. Maybe another step or two, Coet could have looked back, but unfortunate for the Pirates. But again, as you said, at least they're punting with the wind to their back finally.
So 4th down and 9, Erickson back to punt. Again from the Pirates' 33-yard line. The punt, it's a high one over the head. It's going to roll down inside the 10, down to the 5, and the green wave. Well, I don't know why he jumped on top of it at the 2. If he wasn't able to field it cleanly, the Pirates could have had a chance to have the ball right on the goal line. But what a great punt. All the way down to the 4-yard line.
And I'm going to let you do the math to see how long that punt was, but that was a beauty. A great roll, and really pin down East Grand Forks. This is huge for Crookston.
63-yard punt. That'll help out the average a little bit for. And that's the leg. I mean, Erickson, no surprise to anybody that watched him punt and kick last year. He's got a heck of a leg. Just when you're punting into that wind, that really doesn't do good. And, of course, this time he gets the spiral when you have the wind at your back. So and he had some time. That's the other key factor there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for East Grand Forks with 9:44 remaining in the second quarter of play at their own 4-yard line. By far the worst field position for the Green Wave here in this first half. So they'll hand it off. Ball goes to Nowaski. And that's a gain of from the 4 to the 9, so a 5-yard gain for Nowaski. He has 17 yards on 2 carries. And Nowaski, it is, I'm not sure how they get the S in there, but Coach Kasowski, I double-checked with him, and he said, no, it's Nowaski. There's an S in there. But it's spelled Nowacki. Now they hand off right up the gut again. Again, the Green Wave, this is what they're going to do. They're going to just run the ball. That's what their whole game plan. They'll pass if they have to, but they would rather play smash mouth football. So that'll be a gain of about 2 on the play. And Bo, did you see who got that one?
No, I didn't. It was right in the middle. It was a mess of a Pirates and Green Wave players there. But as you said, they are really going that hard-nosed football right up the middle, fighting for every inch.
What number ran that? 88? Yeah. So the 3rd down and 3 for the Green Wave, and Carpenter hands it off to the right side. That's going to be a 1st down and then some. The Pirates trying to strip the ball away, but not able to do so as Nowaski gets a big carry up to the 23, so a gain of 12 for Nowaski. He has 29 yards on 3 carries now. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Green Wave as they get to their 4th first down of the game. 1st down and 10. We have 7:49 remaining in this first half of play. Last year, the two teams were scoreless after the at halftime. Now the handoff right side, big hole. Schmiedeberg gets it. He's going to be brought down along the Pirate sideline at the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 14 yards on the play for Schmiedeberg in his first carry.
Yeah, big opening on that right side there. And Crookston, I mean, they did a good job of closing the gap once they saw the ball there, but unfortunate, good play call there for East Grand Forks, really.
A big hole by the right side of that offensive line. To give credit to Rylan Gravos, the junior, also Maverick Martin, and the center, Kalenda, all creating a nice size hole for Schmiedeberg to get through. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the Green Wave 37.5-yard line to be exact. Schmiedeberg, handoff, left side. He's going to be tackled at the 41, maybe up to the 42. That'll be a gain of about 5 yards on the play for Schmiedeberg, who's had 19 carries on his, or 19 yards on his last 2 carries. 2nd and a long 5 for the Green Wave as they just continue to move the ball. Yeah, Northwest Minnesota, you got to be able to play with the wind. Green Wave, that's why you run the ball. Usually when you get to playoff time until you hit the Fargo Dome, it's questionable weather, so you got to be able to run. And the Green Wave, they're going to go in motion, and that player, Levi Anderson, gets the handoff, and then coming up and making the tackle for no gain, maybe a slight gain. So Anderson brought down, and who was that over there? I think that was Romero once again. So Romero.
No, it was Labarski, actually.
Okay, so Labarski in on the tackle.
that's what Crookston needed. They haven't had a good play broken up and blown up, I should say. So hopefully that'll give some confidence. And it's a long third down here, too. See if Crookston can get a stop.
So no gain on the play for Levi Anderson. He's had 13 yards on 4 carries. It'll be 3rd down and 5 with 5:39 remaining in this first half of play. East Grand Forks leading 19-0. Carpenter underneath center is going to hand it off, breaking it out and breaking one tackle. I think a face mask is going to be thrown in there. And then finally getting taken down will be Nowaski at the 44-yard line, and that's going to be a carry of 7. And then you add another 6, that'll be 13 yards for Nowaski.
Well, they're talking it over, so I'm not sure what it's going to be. If they're trying to see who was on or...
It is a face mask. I think were they trying to decide a 5 or a 15, but it's a 5. And it's tacked on at the end of the run.
It looks like it.
Yep. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. So a 5-yard penalty. That is the second penalty of the game assessed against Crookston. 2 penalties for 5 yards, and a timeout going to be called by the Pirates. We'll keep it here on the live stream, but we'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this on the radio. .5:22 remaining in this first half of play. East Grand Forks has dominated from start to finish. They lead at 19-0, and they're looking to add some more. Handoff, Carpenter gets it right up the gut again. Nothing fancy for the Green Wave on this drive, but they continue to get some positive yardage. They hand off to Schmiedeberg for about 4 yards on the carry.
I think you could describe this offense as meat and potatoes. Just pretty simple, get the job done, and really gritty.
Using that offensive line, creating some nice holes. Like we mentioned earlier, Coach Kasowski said we're fine with 4 yards. That's the way East Grand Forks football is. They like to play. And we said throw in that pass every once in a while just when you think it's not coming. Under center again is Carpenter. He has 2 receivers split out to the far side. Now a man in motion going from right to left. The handoff right up the middle, but Helgeson was ready for that one, and he hog ties Nowaski, and that's going to be a loss of 2 on the play.
At right place, right time, and just didn't, lose his grip. As you said, he definitely outweighs Nowaski there, and really just took him down easily.
Well, there's no surprise if you watch football and you look at the size of Helgeson. He's a junior. He's 6'7". He is about 270, give or take. He has put on a lot of muscle here over the last year. He went out for wrestling last year instead of hockey, and boy, that was a tremendous move by him as far as a chance at playing college football. But he has something you can't teach. He has a Division I frame, and at 6'6", 6'7", he's a big boy. He's all of it, and you're talking Division I frame, and he's got some good feet. He's really improved in that category. Will he go Division I? Who knows? But he's got the frame, and there's a lot of teams, and the UNDs, NDSUs especially, they like that size, and you can always work with that in the college weight room. So it'll be 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 5. 3:38 remaining, 19-0. East Grand Forks with the lead. They're trying to get another 1st down. Now trying to go right up the gut to get him stacked up, but then bouncing it out to the right side is Carpenter. He gets across the 30, and that looks like it's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like that play was going to get blown up there, but a good bounce out by Carpenter to keep his feet moving again and get that 1st down. Big for the Green Wave as they continue to drive closer and closer to the end zone.
So Carpenter, a 5-yard gain. That is another 1st down, the 5th of the half for East Grand Forks as they continue to slowly, methodically make their way down the field. Like we're watching an Army-Navy football game here.
Or maybe Iowa?
Yeah, or any Big Ten almost these days, except for the good teams. Now it'll be 1st down and 10. And the Carpenter will hand it off right up the middle. Penn State's, Ohio State's, Michigan's, they have a good all-balanced attack. But for the suckers that play outdoors in the upper Midwest, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, they've got to run the ball. So it'll be gain of about 6 yards on the carry there. 2nd down and 4 for the Green Wave. Well, we were telling you about Ethan Bull earlier. We see him making an appearance here. Now the handoff right before he was hit. Carpenter gets it off onto the left side. That'll be Clyde Anderson. It looks like he's going to get enough for the 1st down. Needed about 4 and got about 6. So Anderson now 39 yards on 6 carries in the game. It'll be 1st down and 10. Another 1st down. That is the 6th of the half for East Grand Forks. We have 1:43 remaining. And this is exactly what East Grand Forks wanted. Just a nice time-consuming drive as they march it down the field. Carpenter under center. He has one back in the backfield. Now one man goes in motion, dropping back. Carpenter is hit as he lets it go. Nowaski makes the grab, but he's going to be hauled down, or actually held on to by Tegan Lubinsky. And then Weiland comes over and helps finish him off. And that's going to be a loss of about 5 yards on the passing play.
Oh, great play on the outside there. And, as you said, East Grand Forks has been running heavy, so a pass can catch you off guard. But Crookston been, give them credit for maintaining their positioning there, not biting on a fake and wrapping up, too, in open space. That could be, in high school especially, that can definitely be an issue, but not one there for Crookston.
2nd down and 15 for East Grand Forks as they... And we'll get both coaches at halftime. We'll talk with Coach Kasowski first. And before they go in, now the pitch out to the outside. Looking for some room is Levi Anderson, and he's going to be brought down. There's going to be holding against the Green Wave, so that's going to push him back 10 yards, and that is good news for the Pirates.
28.4 seconds left. You can keep him out of the end zone to wrap up this half. That'd be huge for Crookston.
19 points scored all in the first quarter for East Grand Forks with the wind at their back, and then they've just tried to eat up much. When you lead 19-0, there's no point in passing the ball into this 35, 40-mile-an-hour wind gust. So they've just kept it on the ground, except for that last play where they lost 5 yards on the last second-to-last passing play. So 28.4 seconds left. And now dropping back, looking is Carpenter. He lobs it over to the receiver, Anderson. He breaks a tackle. Now he's going to be hauled out of bounds along the far sideline. they're going to get those 10 yards plus more back.
A little bubble screen works out to get some open space and breaks a tackle. And yeah, now we're looking at third and 5.
So 35 down to the 13. So that'll be a 22-yard passing play. And again, was that number 8?
Pardon me, that was Clyde Anderson, number 2.
2, okay. So Clyde Anderson on the reception. That'll be his first of the game. And now the snap is bobbled, and Carpenter's going to be brought down by 3 Pirates, and that's going to be a loss of 3 yards on the play with 8 seconds left. And it looks like the Green Wave, are they going to call a timeout right before the, there it is. So with 2 seconds left, they are going to call a timeout and see if they go for a touchdown or if they're going to try to kick a field goal into this wind. We shall see. We'll keep it here. Again, that was a 22-yard passing play to Clyde Anderson. We have Levi Anderson, who wears number 8. Clyde wears number 2. So it's been 2 pass completions out of 3 attempts and 17 yards total in those 2 completions. And on the Pirates side, they have had 2 completions as well. They're 2 for 5 for 23 yards, a 9-yard and a 14-yard passing play. And it looks like they are going to go for the field goal here. So Carpenter is not only the he kicks off, he kicks extra points, he punts, he's the quarterback, he plays defense. And at halftime, he's going to sell popcorn in the concession stand. He does everything. He's left-footed. He's going to kick it from the ball is going to be spotted at the 25. So this will be a 35-yard field goal attempt into this very strong wind. The snap is a good one. The kick, it's end over end. That has a chance if it's inside, but no, he just misses. Looks like wide right. Boy, he had a beautiful kick there, but it just veered off to the right, and it's no good, and that's how the first half ends. But the East Grand Forks Green Wave leading by a score of 19-0. And, yeah, go get Coach Kasowski. We'll get Coach Labarski after. So we'll see if we can get Coach Kasowski here as well, he's Bo making his way over, and we'll get a few comments. Obviously, he's got to be happy with the wind at their back. They're able to move it down, and now we send it down to the field, and here's Bo with Coach Kasowski.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Well, Coach, I mean, after the first half there, leading by 19 points, you can't really be mad about that. Yeah, a few mistakes, and how are you feeling after that first one?
Okay, a little disappointed with how that ended there. You know, we had some momentum, and we kind of shot ourselves in the. There's some things we got to fix here. We're making some mental mistakes and things like that, but we're playing hard. It's hot out here. I know we're tired, but you know, we got to fix some of that stuff second half.
That is early on in the season opener, obviously, so, you know, some miscues are going to happen, but what are some things you were happy about? Obviously, you ran the ball well, a couple passes, but what's something that you really like to see, especially going into an off-season?
Yeah, I think we got to keep being able to wear guys down and run the football and do that stuff, and then, you know, defensively we're playing pretty well right now as well, so we got to keep that up. You know, we got to keep flying around and getting to tackles, and, you know, we're doing a pretty good job subbing guys in and out too, which is, you know, just trying to keep guys as fresh.
Oh, that's great. Anything look to improve on quickly before the second half?
Yeah, we got a lot, so, you know, hopefully we can figure some of that out in the second half here.
Perfect. Well, Coach, best of luck, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bo. That is Coach Kasowski, and his comments here at halftime. We'll get Coach Labarski. That's going to be coming up after halftime, and they talk to the team. So we'll take a break. We'll be back. Take a look at the first half scoring. We'll take a look at our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. Take a look at the stats and more. That's all coming up here in the halftime show. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
At Crookston High School, we really have a lot going on.
There isn't that much going on.
Oh yeah? We have
softball,
baseball,
track and field, soccer, swimming, tennis,
golf,
volleyball,
crap shooting, hockey,
basketball,
wrestling. So we have a lot of sports.
And there is
orchestra,
band,
choir,
visual arts,
speech,
theater,
Leo Club.
And Crookston is one of the highest academic schools in the region.
Really?
Yeah, really, especially in math and science.
I guess we do have a lot of going on.
Yeah, and that's why Crookston High School is
my education destination.
Ever wonder what your city government does for you? They provide police and fire protection, emergency and disaster preparation, building code and zoning enforcement, street repair, cleaning and snow plowing, curbside garbage and recycling collection, plus spring and fall cleanup weeks. They deliver safe drinking water and maintain a wastewater system. They care for 22 parks and provide year-round recreation activities. They give loans for economic development and housing. They do all this and much more with the help of your city employees.
Welcome to Andy Ullman State Farm. We're located on 423 North Broadway, next to Holiday in Crookston, Minnesota. Third generation agent with State Farm. We've got a team here with over 75 years of experience, 6 of us fully licensed, here to serve you. We know insurance is about a promise, and we're here from the beginning to throughout the whole process to deliver on that promise.
Nobody likes to wait on hold, and neither do we. Give our office a call where a cheerful voice is ready to help you right away. Call 218-281-3643.
For all of your automotive service needs, call Christian Brothers Ford here in Crookston. We have a service team to handle all of your vehicle's needs. Does your vehicle pull to the right or left? Call and schedule an alignment today. Proper alignment saves gas and wear on your tires. We're here to take care of your vehicle repairs and maintenance. Call Christopher or Jersey in the service department at 281-1338. Make an appointment today with the service department at Christian Brothers Ford of Crookston, where we make it easy.
Crookston Valley Cooperative would like to thank area growers for their patronage this year and wish you all a safe and prosperous harvest. Since 1979, Crookston Valley Cooperative has been your full-service local agronomy dealer, delivering on the products and service that you've come to expect. For all your fall fertilizer needs, stop by or call Jake at 281-1178. Crookston Valley Cooperative, here to keep you growing.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
At our scoreboard that we have so far here on this Thursday night, we can tell you that the score here is 19-0 East Grand Forks with the lead. Other scores that we have on our scoreboard update, it is high school volleyball. Foston beat Red Lake County Central 3-1. Other scores on the football scene, we'll pull those up here as well and give you as many updates as we can possibly do. We'll also tell you in Pirate Girls Tennis, they were supposed to play at the Moorhead Triangular, 2 very good opponents, Moorhead and Staples Motley, but that was postponed to September 28th because of rain this morning. And then boys soccer, Crookston and Melrose played to a 1-1 tie. So those are the scores that we have as far as finals go so far. And then we will take a look at our scoreboard update. We'll also take a look at our stats, and we'll talk with Coach Labarski. That's all going to be coming up. We'll get another break in here, and we'll be back right after this timeout. Again, East Grand Forks 19, Crookston nothing at halftime.
It's always growing season here at United Valley Bank. We're focused on growth for our customers and communities, success for farms and businesses, and improvement for ourselves. Partner with us, and you'll see firsthand just how much the right hometown banking team can change your perspective. Together, there's no limit to the heights we can reach.
United Valley Bank, our roots make us stronger.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Dr. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Halftime show as the Crookston Pirates trail the East Grand Forks Greenway by a score of 19-0. As we take a look at the first half stats, East Grand Forks is Jordan Owoski. He had 6 carries for 46 yards. Levi Anderson had 4 for 13. Clyde Anderson had 6 for 39. And Caleb Schmiedeberg had 3 carries for 23 yards. And Carpenter had 1 carry for 5. That's 126 yards total. Passing, the Wave were 2 of 3 for a loss, for 17 yards, 22-yard gain and a 5-yard loss. So 17 yards. Total yards in that first half for East Grand Forks was 143. 126 running, 17 passing for 143 yards. Total offense for East Grand Forks in the first half. As we take a look at the Crookston Pirate stats, it was Antonio Romero. He had 5 carries for 8 yards. Tegan Lubinsky had 4 carries for a loss of 12. Carter Coette had 2 carries for no gain. And Erickson had 2 carries for a loss of 2. So that would be 14 minus 8. So a 6 yards total offense for Crookston, a total of 6 yards. That's a loss of 6 for Crookston. And then in the passing game, that's where they got their yards. They had 23 yards, 2 of 5 passing for Tegan Lubinsky. He had a 9-yard completion to Carter Coette, and then a 14-yard completion to Labarski. And that's where we stand right now. So total yards, 17 yards for Crookston to East Grand Forks is 143. We still, the Pirates in their huddle, looks like they're coming out, so we will send it down to the sidelines. We can give you a few updates here on the scoreboard update while Coach Labarski makes his way over to talk with Bo Melby. Bo, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Chris. And Coach, well, obviously you're down 19, so there's a lot to work on, but just initial impressions, the first game of the year, what did you see out of that first half?
First game of the year, some disorganization, right? And that's on Coach. That's on me to not have ourselves organized on special teams. And that gets kids a little frustrated too. So that is my fault. I will take that. But we're looking to play 2 solid quarters of football here in the second half.
Well, obviously, as I mentioned too, had some slow start, but looks like you had some momentum at the end. But what are some things you want to work on going into this half? What'd you tell the boys in the huddle there?
I think at times we were the same way offense when you're not strong up front offensively. So.
Yeah, for sure. And well, what are some things you liked here, real quick, before you call it good for this halftime talk?
I don't think we gave up.
You know that you're not wrong there, and then hopefully you can continue things going. Keep on working on. As you said, it's the first game, and some some learning things. That's what we're all about. And hopefully have a good rest of the half and a good game. We'll talk to you after the game.
Sounds good. Thank you,
Chris.
Thank you, Bo. And we will take a quick 1-minute break, and we'll be back with the second half. East Grand Forks leading 19-0. We'll be back right after this.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Minnesota high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Well, we're about ready for the second half of play. Crookston will be kicking off, and they're going to have to kick off into the wind here to start this third quarter. Well, we're still struggling to get some scores coming in here. We can tell you we have a final. Hancock beat Norman County Eastdale and Hitterdal in football 50-14. Rosse leads Warren Alvarado Oslo 14-0 late in the first half. Ottertail Central leads Goodridge Grigla Gatsky 14-0. Those are some scores in 9-man. In Class A, Ada Borup West leads New York Mills 13-6. And that's about it as far as updates on any of the games in our area that we have thus far. A lot of games starting right now at 7 o'clock. So the kickoff going to be taken by the Green Wave. There's an opening on the left side of the field going right up the middle, then finally getting brought down at about the 45-yard line. Will be the return man for East Grand Forks. That was Jordan Nowaski. So we'll start the second half. East Grand Forks will have the ball with 11:52 remaining. Ball will be at the 46-yard line. So the Green Wave starting in their own territory for the second straight time. We see Bruce Brierly from the Exponent. He is down snapping pictures. First down and 10 for the Green Wave. Going right to left here to start the third quarter. Underneath center is Carpenter. Two receivers split out to the right side. The snap is bobbled. Then the pitch almost stolen away by the Pirates. Getting through was Arriaga, and he almost had a pitch six. It wouldn't really be a pick because it wasn't a pass, but it was a pitch, and it just went off his fingertips. Otherwise, he would have had six.
Thank you, Chris. Needless to say, it was a great play, great read there. And granted, the bobble snap helped the cause, but still, that's exactly what the Pirates needed here to really get the half started with some momentum for them.
We also have an update here. JV, Crookston and boys soccer. Crookston beat Melrose 3-2. And Jay Reese scored 2 goals, and Carter Fee scored the game winner. We'll hear about that for the whole weekend. Third down and 15. Now he's made the switch to the dark side.
Hey, I played soccer in high school.
Yep.
Come on.
And he's having fun. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Although he did say he was going to play football next year, so we'll see. He's just like his older brother, can't make up his mind. 3rd down and 15 after a loss of about 5. But nice job for the JVers. They've won 2 in a row. Pirate Boys Soccer tied Melrose 1-1. So another good outing there for the Pirates against a section opponent. Melrose, yes, they are a section opponent. Now a pass over to the far side. Antonio Romero there and brings down the Green Wave receiver. That was Levi Anderson with the grab, his first reception of the game. And that's going to be a gain of about 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down and 12 for the Green Wave. Again, Romero, he's played very well in that defensive back. Now he's going back to receive the punt, the apparent punt on 4th and 12. The Green Wave punting from their own 44-yard line. 9:37 remaining. The snap a little off the mark, but Carpenter able. Nice high spiraling kick. Going to be a fair caught by Romero. He drops it, then jumps on top of it down at the 11-yard line.
What a booming punt there. Good spiral on it. And again, I'll give you some time to do the math on that one. And Romero, it was a pretty good catch. It was just bounced off a little bit there, and luckily able to drop right back down on it to avoid any Green Wave players to get on it.
So a 45-yard punt. Got it nice. Most importantly, it's not necessarily the yardage. It's how high he got it. So his coverage guys were able to make it down there and forcing Romero to have to fair catch. And if you haven't tried to catch a punt in practice, let alone a game, I mean, it is 10 times, 100 times harder than you ever think it would be. Now the Pirates try to run a play. Green Wave saying they recover the fumble, waiting for the officials. Now more Green Wave making and it looks like Green Wave come away with it. So the Green Wave recover the fumble, and obviously that's not how the Pirates wanted to start this first offensive series of the half.
You know, it's just a killer, too. After a great 3-and-outs, forced a punt to start this half, and just, I don't know, I couldn't quite see if it was just the snap was dropped right away or what happened, but it was a quick fumble, and East Grand Forks just quickly getting back in a better field position.
And did you see who recovered it?
No, there's a pile. I couldn't see anything there.
1st down and 10 for the Green Wave. They're at the 12-yard line after the fumble recovery, and it's going to be a handoff right up the middle, going in almost untouched for the touchdown. It'll be Levi Anderson. So Levi Anderson goes in for the touchdown, and it'll be a one-play drive, 12 yards. And only a few seconds taken on the clock there for the Green Wave. They now lead 25-0.
Sorry to correct you, Chris. That was Clyde Anderson,
Clyde.
number
Good.
2. Yep. Again, they're pretty close numbers there, so I don't fault you for getting them mixed up when you're that far away.
So it'll be Clyde Anderson. He gets the touchdown. That is his 3rd of the game, by the way. He's got the trifecta thus far, and the extra point kick by Carpenter is through the upright. So with 9:05 left in the 3rd quarter, the East Grand Forks Green Wave take a 26-0 lead after the one-play drive that went 12 yards on a 12-yard run by Clyde Anderson. He now has 51 yards on 7 carries. And we'll take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this 30-second timeout.
It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate activities on the KROX live stream.
The Pirates fumble the ball, and recovering it is East Grand Forks. All it takes is one play and a 12-yard drive. on a 12-yard run by Clyde Anderson. Now a high end-over-end kick taken by Carpenter. It's going to be right at the 1-yard line by Coette. He's going to break it to the near sideline. He is going to be taken down at the 13-yard. Well, never taken down. Finally, he goes down after he's out of bounds. Great coverage and a high kick once again by Carpenter. And the Pirates will have a long field looking for those first points of the season with 8:57 remaining.
Yeah, that's been the story the first quarter when they were going against the wind, too. And here we are again. Tough field positioning and hopefully a little better drive than the last one, obviously. The bar's kind of low, but get something going here. You had a good defensive stop. We got to get something going and help out your momentum, help out your cause.
Well, we knew when the Pirates had East Grand Forks on the schedule, this was going to be a tough one for them, and the Green Wave have been up to the billing. There's no doubt about that. Looking strong early on. Crookston, they will have a new team in the section next week. They're going to be hosting the Park Rapids Panthers. Good to have Park Rapids back in the section, along with Roseau, Warroad, Frazee, Pelican Rapids, Barnesville, Hawley. Not nice to have Barnesville in the section, but everybody else it is. And off goes right side. Actually, no, Lubinsky's going to keep it himself, and that's going to be a gain of about 6, 7. No, they keep moving it forward up to about 8 yards. This crew, I've not seen a crew very often that takes this long to spot the ball, but it's going to be an 8-yard carry.
Hey, opening game for them, too. You know, they got to shake off the rust.
There's no off season for officials. They should be practicing year-round. No, just kidding. Just jokes. Just jokes. No, it is their first game, but a little speedier on the put-down would be appreciated by the media, and I'm sure the scoreboard operators as well. So an 8-yard gain for Lubinsky. He now has a loss of 4 yards on 5 carries, so going the right way now as the handoff goes left side, and that's going to be a loss of a bunch of those yards that were just gained. So a loss of 3, maybe 4 for Coette. So Coette a loss of, we'll call it 3. 7:42 remaining in this third quarter of play. Third down and a long 5. See Doctors Steve Biermeyer and Dr. Luke Biermeyer down there, just in case there's any injuries. We should mention we see former UMC football coach Shannon Stassen. He is an assistant coach with the East Grand Forks football program now. Good to see him back on the sidelines. Now rolling out to the near sideline as Lubinsky fires a pass. It's caught by Coette. He gets up to the 35-yard line before he's brought out of bounds, and that's going to be a gain of 11 yards on the passing play.
Wow, that play looked like it was going to be just dead in the water. I mean, I thought he was going to throw it out of bounds. I didn't even see Coette there. Some Green Wave players in my way. A great pass, great presence in the pocket, or not outside the pocket rather, to find your receiver and get the first down. Big for the Pirates.
So the Pirates now, they get the first down. That'll be the second first down of the game for the Pirates. And Carter Coette doing a nice job on the receiving end once again. It'll be first down and 10. Handoff goes to Romero. He bounces it out to the left side. That's going to be a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Antonio Romero, you're going to see him break some big gains this year. He almost had one there, but the Green Wave had it. They filled in the gaps pretty quickly. Well, we're going to call that a 4-yard gain for Romero. It'll be 2nd and 6. So 12 yards on 6 carries for Antonio. East Grand Forks leading 26-0. 6.5 minutes left, third quarter of play. Out of the shotgun will be Lubinsky. To his right, he has Erickson. Now to his right. A quick pass over to the far side, and looked like another high tackle, but no face mask called. Hand bounced off the helmet. And the pass to Labarski is going to be a loss of about 3 on the play. So Labarski has a gain of 14 and a loss of 3 on his 2 receptions. Pirates 2 of 2 here in the third quarter. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Crookston. Going down to the knee is Labarski as he gives the play call to his teammates in the huddle. Carter Coet looking at that wristband. And the Pirates, again, Erickson to the right of Labarski. 3rd and 9 at their own 36-yard line. A quick pass to Erickson. Erickson lowers his shoulder, runs over Nowoski, gets up to the 49-yard line before he's pushed back. And what a run by Erickson running over the defender.
Wow, they have the hand-eye there after he kind of bobbled that one and then got it tight in his possession there and bounced off a couple Green Wave defenders. And again, hey, it's good to see the Pirates get their feet moving and get some extra yards for that big first down.
So 3 for 3 in this third quarter passing is Labarski. He has 22 yards on those 3 passes. And it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Pirates with their second first down of the quarter. Just under 5 minutes remaining on the Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. Out of the shotgun is Labarski. He's going to keep it. He breaks a couple tackles, gets up to the 50, and they're going to give him some forward progress up to the 49. That'll be a gain of 2 for Labarski. He now has a loss of 2 on 6 carries.
Well, for that play, which I thought right away was going to be a loss, to get 2 positive yards is a big win.
Labarski, he's a hard-nosed kid, strong kid, and he showed it there. And he's him and, well, Jack Dota last year, they were no secret to having to rush out of the pocket before they wanted to. Even though the Pirates did make it to the section championship last year, they were 5-5, and especially early in the season when they had the likes of West Central area, not Pillager, but they had some other tough teams right away, a couple ranked teams. And Osakis, I think, was the other one, and it was a tough sledding early on. Now the fake handoff, Labarski right up the middle, up to the 45-yard line before he's pushed back. And the Pirates looking for a late penalty, but a good no call by the officials. If they would have tackled him or done something like that, then you throw the flag. But they never brought him down, and they just kept pushing him back a little bit. So no harm, no foul, and a good job by the Green Wave just to keep going.
Yeah, and it was nice. Sorry to cut you off there, Chris. I just want to say it was good to see some Pirate, other players run up and just make sure their quarterback's doing all right. That's what you like to see. You want to see your teammates looking up for your leader.
So Labarski now into positive territory with a gain of 3 in 7 carries. His first 3, by the way, were a loss of 9, a loss of 5, and a loss of 2. So he's climbed back nicely here. 3rd down and 5 for the Pirates. At the Green Wave 45-yard line, again, it's Labarski. He takes it off to the right side, runs over another defender up to the 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9 for Tegan Labarski. He's taken this game over.
And that's what you need, your quarterback to be able to take the game over and really dominate the possession. And just great blocking as well, giving him a little bit of time to get past the line of scrimmage and get to that second level. Huge for the Pirates, and they're rolling right now.
They are rolling, and they put a nice drive, by far their best drive of the season. But again, the bar wasn't very high on that one up to this point. But they have looked very sharp going into the wind here with 2:36 remaining. And the Pirates, only 30 kids out total, 9 through 12. And they look like they might be the better team as far as conditioning goes here, as they're really flexing their muscles going up the middle. And there's a few different players into the game for the Green Wave as well, so that could be a factor as they're trying to get a bunch of guys in leading by 26. Coach Kasowski, always a great coach and good sportsmanship, and he knows it's early. You got to get those guys in. You don't want anybody hurt when you're leading by 26 in a game that you've pretty much, as long as you take care of business here the rest of the way, are going to win. So they're getting some different guys in here as well.
And that was a good run by Erickson there up the middle, and some good blocking with the line to get those extra yards.
Erickson, he's in positive territory now after the gain of 3. He has 3 carries for 1 yard. 2nd and 7. Now the snap is fumbled. Green Wave saying they have it. We're waiting. It looks like one of the Pirates, they jumped right on top of it. And is that Helgeson? No, that's going to be, yeah, it is.
No, it's Clay Hansen.
Clay Hansen, he was Johnny on the spot. He jumps on top of it, so Clay Hansen is actually going to get a gain of 1 on the play. So we'll call it no gain on the play for Clay Hansen. 3rd down and 7 still. So the Pirates, with under a minute left in this 3rd quarter, by far the best drive of the game thus far for Crookston. See if they can get a 1st down. We're in 4-down territory here. There's no doubt about that. Not quite close enough for a field goal attempt yet with that wind. And now dropping back, Lubinsky. He's looking, rolling out to his left. He has Schmiedeberg tracking him down, and then getting up to the 30-yard line for a gain of a few yards will be Lubinsky.
Good coverage there by the Green Wave down the field, not given any options for the pass, so had to take it himself and get a couple positive yards, and it's a long 5 yards to get to that 1st down marker. And I'm guessing looks like they are going to go for it.
4th down and 5. The ball is at the 30-yard line. 13 seconds left. The Pirates wisely going to let the clock run out. And they might try a field goal here with the wind at their back. We will see. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter of play. It's the East Grand Forks Green Wave 26, Crookston nothing. The 4th quarter coming up right after this 1-minute timeout.
All of us love sports. But not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Minnesota high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Well, the 4th quarter, we had a fresh 12 minutes on the board. Again, a quick draft sports bar and grill scoreboard update. And high school soccer, Crookston and Melrose in boys soccer played to a 1-1 tie. And the JV, it was Crookston beating Melrose 3-2. Jay Reese scored 2 goals. And to quote the text we got here, some guy named Carter Fee scored the game winner. And then for Crookston in the varsity game, Blake Melsha had 10 saves and including a huge save with about 3 minutes left to keep the game tied at 1-1. And then Jackson Reese, Caden Edwards, Blake Melsha were solid on defense. Caden Boyk had the lone goal for the Pirates. So the Pirate boys soccer team, congrats on the 1-1 tie. The Pirates are now 1-1-1 on the season, just like the girls team. They're also 1-1-1 on the year. Pirate volleyball, they're 1-1. Boy, the Pirates, they love the ones this fall sports season. Pirates going to try to get a 1 over on that down marker. It's 4th down and 5. Dropping back, Lubinsky has a receiver. Romero catches it, and he is hit. That's going to be good enough for a 1st down. Nice pass by Lubinsky. That'll be the first completion of the 4th quarter and a passing play of 6 yards, and Antonio Romero.
Well, a great play, great route, and a great pass. That's what you need on a big 4th down play as this drive continues for the Pirates.
I think Tegan saw that his dad, Jeremy, is over on the sidelines doing the chain gang, so he's trying to make him work a little bit over there, work up a sweat. So he's taking advantage of making the old man hustle, and he had to there. 1st down and 10. Lubinsky out of the shotgun. A man in motion. Coet from right to left. Keeping it will be Lubinsky. He breaks one tackle, then he's brought down on the second attempt. Coming through to break that play up for East Grand Forks. Good to see him back out there after tearing his ACL in the Crookston game last season. That is Grant Berger. He was the one to blow up that play. So it'll be a loss of 1 for Lubinsky. He has 10 carries for 14 yards, so the yards per carry average has gone up significantly from the first 3, where he lost a total of 16 yards on his first 3 carries. No fault of his own, of course. Second down and 11 now for the Pirates. Taking a lot of time here. They're going to have to hurry up. You'll have Erickson. He is going to be right to the right of Lubinsky. 2 receivers split out to the near side. 2 receivers split out to the far side. Now a quick pass over to Romero. He's going to try to cut it back into the middle, but right there, Johnny on the spot for no gain on the play was the Green Wave. And that was Cole Bees again, the junior. He had 23 tackles, 3 sacks last season. And he comes up with a nice tackle there for no gain.
Yeah, he's been all over the place this game so far, and that quick little bubble screen out there to the flats has not been working for the Pirates. I think that's twice now that East Grand Forks has read that pretty quickly. So we'll see if what they go here. If they, I don't know if I would assume. I guess 4 down territory. You don't have to necessarily go for the pass right away, but we'll have to wait and see.
3rd down and 10 for the Pirates. Again, they are, and no doubt, 4 down territory. Going in motion from left to right will be Romero. Now there's 3 receivers on the right side. Lubinsky, he'll fire over to Romero. He makes the grab and gets across the 20-yard line down to about the 18. And that's going to be a gain of about 6 more yards on the passing play. Romero, his 3rd reception of the game. So he has 3 receptions for 12 yards for Romero, and it'll be 4th down and 5. Or I guess we'll have to give him 5 on the play. As much as we are homers, we got to be as close as we can to being right. We're fact-based here. 4th down and 5. As the Pirates want a timeout to talk things over. And I would imagine the discussion here with the wind at your back, you have an outstanding field goal kicker and with a great leg in Erickson, but you trail 26-0 with 9:23 left. So do you go to try to get 3, or do you go to try to get the first down and keep this what's been a forever drive? We're approaching almost a full quarter of time that the Pirates, they started this drive at their own 19 with 8:57 left in the 3rd quarter. So we're very close to a full 12-minute drive if my Crookston High School math is correct.
Well, I won't put too much on that, but I'll just say for one thing, that just shows it's been a really methodical drive and no big plays, breakout, runs or passes, just really just, small gains here and there that's getting the job, hopefully the job done here. Depends on this 4th down play. As I don't know, it's the wind. Obviously, you said to their back. I don't know how aggressive you want to be. You want to get some points on the board, obviously. But Chris, what do you think? Do you think they're going to go for that field goal?
I think they're going to go for the first down here. It's if it was a closer game and they needed points, I would say. And first game of the year with the wind, it's kind of not really a crosswind, but it's sort of going north-west a little bit. So they are going to go for the first down. And you've had such a nice drive. Why not try to cap it off with a TD here? And, again, you're trailing 26-0. You need a big comeback, and so 6 points instead of 3. It'd be huge. Now Lubinsky, he is going to pass. He is picked off. Picking it off is the Green Waves, Clyde Anderson. He has been the player of the game, hands down, in this game thus far, and he gets the interception, the first interception of the game as well.
Yeah, unfortunate. Tried that another kind of button hook, that quick pass, and just read that well was Anderson. And as you said, he has been all over the place. I would definitely give him the first star of the game if that was I guess that's hockey first star and whatever. But either way, he's been phenomenal so far for the Green Wave.
Yeah, Anderson, all he's done is had 3 touchdowns. Now he has an interception. He's, we said Carpenter, he was going to sell popcorn in the concession stand. Now I think Anderson, he wants to take that job over.
Maybe he's going to sell hot dogs for him.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
First down and 10, and the Green Wave, now their goal, obviously, is just going to be to slowly march this ball down the field as the handoff goes to Schmiederberg, and that'll be a gain of 5 on the play. He has 28 yards on 4 carries. He's had a nice game. He's getting back into things here. And on the tackle for the Pirates was Angel Gutierrez, the senior lineman. $26-0. East Grand Forks with the lead. It's been one drive as all the Pirates have been able to muster, and then they ended that drive with an interception. But good to see a nice, long, sustained drive for Crookston against this very solid East Grand Forks team. Now a pitch over to, was that Anderson?
That was Anderson. That was number 8, though,
Yep.
So that's Levi, correct?
So, yep, Levi Anderson gets the pitch, and he was folded up like an accordion there. He's going to be okay, as he will come out of the game, though, after a pretty good lick by the Pirates. So we're going to call that no gain on the play for Anderson.
Well, if Crookston can get a big stop here, then have to punt into the wind. That could help them out. Quick turnaround, get back on offense.
So third down and a long 6, we'll call it. Underneath center is Carpenter. Man in motion, dropping back. Carpenter looking. He lobs it. Oh, almost intercepted, but not able to haul it in was Gutierrez. He saw a lot of green in front and couldn't quite haul it in. But he does knock it down, and the Pirates with a good pressure there.
Yeah, that was probably the best pressure we've seen to the quarterback on a passing play so far. So you'd love to see that. And, yeah, just off the hand, that would have been a nifty grab if we would have been able to pull that in. But either way, a phenomenal stop for the Pirates, and we'll see if they can get some good field position here.
That incomplete pass stops the clock. 7.5 minutes left. Romero going back to receive the punt. He's going a little deeper than I probably would. He's at the 30. The wind has died down a little bit, not quite as strong as it was earlier in the game. Ooh, getting a heck of a start there was Carter Coet. Now the punt. It's a high-end over-end punt held up by the wind. It's going to take an East Grand Forks bounce. Goes out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So that'll be a 15-yard punt for the Green Wave. No return, and Crookston will have it in East Grand Forks territory. First down and 10 at the Green Wave 49-yard line. So we have 7:20 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So EGF at the 49-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Pirates. They're going to try to duplicate their last drive, a long, sustained drive that they're not going to try to take as much time off the clock, but they're going to try to strike quick. You have Labarski out of the shotgun. You have Romero to his right. 2 receivers split out to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Now keeping it will be Labarski. He's going to get up to the line of scrimmage. Then he's pushed back. That'll be no gain on the play for Teagan. So no gain. It'll be second down and 10. 14 yards on 11 carries for Labarski, the quarterback. Now Helgeson will check out. Checking in for the Pirates will be Tate Hamry checking in. So Helgeson getting a much-deserved breather. He's played both ways. Now he might be, you see Dr. Luke Biermeyer coming over. So he's going to talk with Helgeson. And cramping, it looks like. Yep. And now it's Labarski being rushed out of the pocket to the far sideline. Fires a strike right in front of the Green Wave bench to Romero. And it is going to be a complete pass. So that'll be a pass of 7 yards to Romero. That is his 4th reception here in the second half for Romero.
That was a great catch. That was Chris Carter-esque or maybe Randy Moss, a little kind of dragging the toes there at the end at the sideline. Love to see that.
Yeah, you hit it on the nose right away. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw him was Chris Carter.
Yes, sir.
He caught it, watched it right into the hands. He made the, the Illuminati sign, as they call it. So he did it everything perfectly there, and most importantly, made sure his feet were in bounds as he made the grab. 3rd down and 3 for the Pirates. It'll be a handoff right up the middle, trying to power forward. It's going to be just shy by a yard, so that's going to be a 2-yard gain for Crookston's Romero, who's doing a little bit of everything here.
Wonder if Romero's trying to get into the concession stand at this rate.
He's done a lot as well. He's received punts. He has run the ball. He's caught the ball. He has come up with some nice tackles on the defensive end and seeing a lot of good play. The Pirates, even though they're going to fall in this one, they trail 26-0, take a lot of positives here in the second half. Look like a much different team. Now the handoff goes right side. That's going to be a 1st down. Boy, nice job by the offensive line as the quick hit handoff goes. Carter Coette helped drive that along with another lineman. That was Braden Peterson. And Romero's going to get a gain of 6 yards on the play. That'll be another 1st down for the Pirates. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the East Grand Forks 35-yard line, 5:15 remaining. And a lot of positivity that the Pirates can build on here going into the week 2 against Park Rapids, which is expected to be a much more competitive game. We knew East Grand Forks, it was going to be a tough one. Now the snap, Lubinsky fires a strikeout to the near sideline to Carter Coette, but he is hit right as he catches the ball, and there isn't much. Antonio Romero, or no, that's not Antonio Romero. That is.
That was Tate Hamry there.
Okay, is that 89?
Yep, that's 80. It's very tough to tell.
The 9s and 0s. We got to talk to Coach Labart. Well, I don't have great eyes either, but so that is Hamry. He was trying to block 3 defenders, and poor Tate, there wasn't much you could do on that one, so he took one. That's all he could do. He did his job, but East Grand Forks just had it defensed very well. So Coette, a loss of 2 on that reception. That'll be 2nd and 12 for the Pirates. That is the 5th completion of the game of the quarter for the Pirates. Lubinsky dropping back to pass. He has some room. He's going to tuck it in. He's going to take off to the 30, 25, 20. It actually goes out of bounds at about the 21-yard line is where they will mark it. And that is going to be a 16-yard run for Tegan Lubinsky. He now has 30 yards on 12 carries for the Pirates. As the Pirates continue to move the ball here in their last 2 series.
Exactly, and that was a great job by Lubinsky there, too, to kind of, bring the ball up as if he was going to try to throw downfield, then quickly tuck it and get that 1st down, and just very athletic and really seeing the field well in this drive and really in this game as a whole.
On the line, we have Rockstead for East Grand Forks, and trying to see who the big tuna is there as the nose guard. 71, so that would be Hudson Twite. Now man in motion, Coette, fake handoff. He's going to follow Coette. Lubinsky is. He lowers his shoulder and then goes out of bounds at about the 15. So that'll be a gain of 6 more yards for Lubinsky. And we're seeing this Pirate team much more confident than they were in that first half. But again, whatever conditioning they've been doing, the Pirates look to be in very good shape here as they have been the much stronger team in this second half, especially the 4th quarter and halfway through the 3rd.
As you mentioned, too, you don't have a lot of numbers compared to probably some teams around the area, 30 kids out through 4 grades. So, Yeah, you're going to have a lot of people playing a lot of position, a lot of time. You got to be well conditioned, and it's good to see that that's the case right now.
And pretty much all these guys are multi-sport athletes, so they've been busy all summer as well. Second down and 4 for the Pirates. Fake handoff up the gut. They'll give it to Coet. He has an opening along the near sideline. He gets down to about the 5, and that's going to be another first down for the Pirates on a 10-yard carry for Carter Coet. So 7 yards on 4 carries now for Carter Coet as this drive continues to go. We're down to 3 minutes, 20 seconds. The Pirates in the red zone down to the 5-yard line where it'll be first and goal. Let's get one in here. See if Bo can get a picture of the first touchdown of the season. No pressure, Bo. And, of course, they're going to run to the right, I bet. Under the center. Yep, they do. Romero, he goes in. That's a touchdown. Antonio Romero, and a huge hole on the right side of that offensive line. Jose Arriaga, Clay Hansen, Angel Gutierrez create the opening, and Romero goes in for the first touchdown of the season for the Pirates with 2:55 remaining, and another impressive drive by the Pirates.
I got a good picture, Chris. Don't worry.
Nice.
I got you covered. That's why you keep me around, right?
That's the only reason for that picture.
Fair.
Jokes. So the on to kick the extra point will be Erickson. Last season, Erickson in the extra point category was 12 for 20. Now the snap is a little high, but a nice job by Labarski. The kick is going to be good. Boy, Labarski, he had to go up off his knee to make the grab. He put it down quickly, and Erickson kicks it through the uprights. And the Pirates finish off that impressive drive with an extra point as well. So a 5-yard touchdown run for Antonio Romero, and an extra point kick is good by Erickson. And Crookston will be kicking off with 2:55 remaining. 26-7 is the score on the Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. East Grand Forks leads. We'll be back with the kickoff. We'll keep it here on the live stream. We'll be back with the kickoff coming up right after this. With a 5-yard run, the Erickson kick is good, and Crookston trails by a score of 26-7. The onside kick here with 2:55 left. Yeah, why not?
Good.
Work on it. First game of the year. It's all practice till playoffs. Obviously, you want a good seed, but now the kick. It's going to be a little sidewinder type kick all the way down to the 10-yard line. Nowaski picks it up. He has an opening, the 40 to the 45, 50, breaks a tackle down to the 40 to the 30. He's going to go all the way. Nowaski with a 90-yard touchdown return on the kick return, and 2:38 remaining.
Wow. That is elusive speed right there.
So Nowaski breaks the tackle, and then is able to just pull away still after breaking the tackle. So with 2:38 remaining in the fourth quarter, it is Nowaski with the 90-yard touchdown or kickoff return for a touchdown. So Nowaski with the return. So Nowaski, 90-yard return. Now the extra point kick from Carpenter is good. Makes it a 32-7 lead for East Grand Forks. Well, hindsight being 20/20, maybe an onside kick might have been the right idea there. again, the hindsight being 2020, everybody's a great coach after the play happens. So 2.5 minutes remaining. We'll keep it here and see if we can track down some more football scores. Again, a lot of the games started at 7 o'clock tonight. I am in favor of these 6 o'clock starts. It's nice, especially on Friday nights if you're on the road. Nice to get home at an hour earlier than you normally would. But let's go at nine-man football. Hancock had no problems. The Hancock Owls beat Norman County Eastfield and Hitterdal, the Titans, 50-14. Rosse, with 11 minutes left in the game, leads Warren Alvarado Oslo 14-0. Ottertail Central at halftime leads Goodridge Grigg Legansky 14-0. Cherry leading Blackduck 18-0. Cherry has the standout all-around athlete, the kid that's going to play basketball for the Gophers, but he's also a very good football player. Then you have Foston. They lead Fergus Falls Hillcrest Academy 18-6 with 10 minutes left in the half there, first half. And those are the nine-man scores that we have. Final in Class A, Ada Borup West beat New York Mills 13-6. Other area scores, Parker's Prairie leads Lake Park Audubon 7-6. In Class AA, really nobody from the area updated there. And, of course, the score here is 33-7. East Grand Forks with the lead over Crookston. Boys soccer, Crookston and Melrose played to a 1-1 tie. Caden Boyk had the lone goal for the Pirates, and Blake Melsha came up with a huge save with 3 minutes left on a penalty kick and to preserve that tie. So a big save for Blake Melsha. And the Pirates, they get the tie. They're 1-1-1 on the season. Now the kick going to be taken. Well, no, it's not going to be taken. Coette wasn't able to pick it up. The ball is loose. And the Green Wave saying they have it. And the official says you are correct. Well, the Green Wave have a chance to add to the score. They lead 33-7. 2:27 remaining as the Pirates botch the return.
That was number 18 for the Green Wave, picking that up. I'm just getting my roster here to get that name
Noah
for
Fries?
you. Yep, correct. So
the 5'8", 145-pound junior, Noah Fries, recovers the fumble. So officially a fumble and a turnover there on the Pirates. So first down and 10 for the Green Wave. We're going to see a bevy of new players, some bright white jerseys out there. And at quarterback for East Grand Forks, so we have Weston Bratrud, the 5'8", 145-pound sophomore. His dad is a Crookston alum. Now the handoff goes to the right side. So that'll be a Forey with the run, his first of the game. That'll be a gain of 5 on the play. So Chase Forey, a 5'7", 145-pound senior.
Well, Chris, another score update for you. A Big Ten football. You were giving them a hard time earlier about low-scoring games. 8:42 left in the second quarter. It's 3-0 Minnesota, so you weren't wrong with that.
3-0 over Nebraska. They're terrible.
Yep.
Typical Gophers first game. Now the handoff to the right side. Getting the ball is Forey once again. This time he's brought down for a loss of 2.
That was like a hammery there with the big stop getting through the line.
Well, he's another sophomore. Him and Weiland got a lot of time last year, and they're two big, strong kids. Fortunately for the Pirates, one of their top sophomore athletes, Connor Maruska, is not playing this year. He is elected to play hockey at an academy in Alexandria. So we wish him good luck in that venture, but obviously a big blow to football, hockey, and golf and the Pirates side. Now the handoff goes to the left side. That is, let's see the number there.
Like that was, I thought that was 32 there.
Yeah,
Nolan,
that's what I thought. Okay.
Nolan Cluck.
So Nolan Cluck, the sophomore. That'll be a gain of about 3 yards, maybe 2 yards on the play. Yeah, 2 yards. No, we'll call it 3. 30 seconds left in the game, and the Green Wave in no hurry to try to get this next play off. Again, Coach Kasowski, not only a great coach, a great guy, but always a class act as well. And it's always good to see Roger Hansen. He's still coaching for the Green Wave. He was coaching, I think, freshman when I played. It's always fun to make Roger scream at the guys. That was our goal every game. I think we played Eastside twice our freshman year, but then he moved up to the varsity as the offensive. Him and Rod Olson, when Crookston played East Grand Forks for many years with those two as offensive coordinators. Some of the most entertaining games you'd ever watch. You never knew what was going to happen. He had tremendous athletes for many years, both and still do on both sides. But 7 seconds left. East Grand Forks takes the delay a game penalty. And this will be the final play of the game, barring a penalty or a incomplete pass on 4th and 11. Now man in motion. The handoff is going to go to that man from right to left. That is Ryan McMahon. And McMahon is going to get a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. And that is the ball game. The East Grand Forks Green Wave, they come away with a season-opening victory in impressive fashion with a 33-7 victory. We will be back. We'll have the postgame show. We'll take a look at the game stats. We'll also talk with both head coaches. We'll first talk with Coach Kasowski after he wraps up his huddle with his team. And then we'll wait for Coach Labarski to come up here to the press box as well. Those interviews will be coming up in the postgame show. And we'll also take a look at our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. And after we wrap everything up here from UMC, we will join up with that Gopher football game as PJ Fleck's Golden Gophers lead Nebraska 3-0.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient.
As there was at Nebraska last night, with Nebraska volleyball breaking the women's athletics attendance record for most fans at a game, 92,003. Quite the, and no surprise Nebraska did that. Their volleyball program is 5 national championships, and they are, I guess, the equivalent to Concordia St. Paul in Division II. They are top of the line, and they had a huge crowd last night. And TCF Bank Stadium, though, that is sold out. I'm sure a lot of Nebraska fans as well at that game, as Nebraska travels well everywhere they go.
Huntington Bank Stadium now, Chris.
Yeah, it's not.
Huntington Bank.
Well, I should. That's who we got a loan through for the car.
Yeah, come on, Chris. Well, and so do you want both coaches to come up, by the way?
No, we'll get Kasowski down on the field, and then we'll wait for Coach Labarski to come up. And, just a great all-around game as we continue to chat here. But Clyde Anderson, 3 touchdowns. He had a 2-yard scoop, really a dive and a score on a punt return after it was held up by the wind. And then Anderson had a 3-yard run with 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Then he added a 12-yard run with 9:05 left in the third quarter. That was the only scoring of the second half. And the Green Wave, as you would expect, they are celebrating in the end zone on the north end of the field. We will take a break. We'll be back, and we'll continue the post-game show with the stats and the coach interviews. That's all going to be coming up right after this. The final score on the Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. It was East Grand Forks 33, Crookston 7.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Come see the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic for all your eye care needs. Whether you're due for an eye exam, looking for new contact lenses, glasses, need cataract surgery, or anything else eye-related, Drs. Forget, Smith, and Janetta are all accepting new patients. They offer a wide array of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses. Need specialized eyewear for a specific activity? From specific ski or snowmobile goggles to performance sunglasses for running or cycling to a full spectrum of specialty tents and eyewear for trap shooters, the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic can help maximize your visual performance for whatever your passion is.
Hello, this is Lindsay Erdman, Executive Director at Benedictine Living Community Crookston. Over the years, we have seized the opportunity to make changes and improve the services that we offer. Healthcare has taken on a very distinct evolution, focusing on post-acute, short stay, and return to home. It is our privilege to continue to serve our community with continuum of care ranging from assisted living, memory care, post-acute, short stay, and extended care. We are so grateful for the support of Crookston and the surrounding communities. In this season of giving and reflection, please know how very proud Benedictine Living Community of Crookston is to serve our community.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
As we're now joined by the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave. He joins Coach Ryan Kasowski. He joins Bo Melby down on the field. Bo?
Thanks, Chris. Well, Coach, obviously the way you want to start your season, big win there in pretty very good fashion there, really dominating this game. What are your initial thoughts after that one?
Really proud of them. I thought we came out, we played pretty well. There are a lot of things we can fix and have to fix if we want to keep being successful this season. But I thought second half defensively we were there. We just didn't wrap up, didn't make the tackles. So all fixable things, which are exciting. But we just got to get back and make sure that we're ready to go next week and for a brand new opponent in Little Falls.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's a tough schedule ahead always, and Little Falls should be a good opponent for you. And well, as we look ahead here, as that game is coming up here, what are some things you want to improve on specifically from this one that you saw? I know you saw a lot of players come in that, get a lot of experience, which is very good to see early this on in the season. But what do you really need to work on?
Yeah, I think, up front, offensive line-wise, we had a couple missed assignments here, a couple missed assignments there, snaps, things like that. And like I mentioned, the tackling, too. We got to make sure that we're doing a better job of wrapping up and tackling guys. And, we're in the right spot. We just sometimes didn't make those plays. But valuable reps for those other kids that got to get in tonight. And, I thought for a second there we could get a stop, and we didn't. Crookston went down and scored, but answered on the next, opening or the next kick return there, which was a good way to respond.
Yeah, and some big plays by some big players there. I mean, Nowaski, Clyde Anderson, and, of course, Carpenter really stepping up. And you need those players and those really, especially those skilled players that really make those big plays. But, of course, you need those linemen to get down there as well. But I think Clyde Anderson had himself quite the game especially.
He did, yeah. And he's, he's a captain for a reason, and he's an all-conference player. And really is kind of the heartbeat of our football team. So, very excited for Clyde and what his senior year is going to bring for him, and definitely a great leader for us.
Well, Coach, again, thank you for your time. A great game.
Bo asked him, too, about just the start when they recovered that punt for a touchdown. Ask him about that and how big that was to start off the game.
Yeah, that's a good point, Chris. Thank you. Well, he's talking about that punt not a return, but recovery in the end zone, but that score there, how big was that for you to get your season on the right foot and really get things going for you?
Super important, yeah. And us genius coaches were saying, get away from it, get away, and then he picks it up and scores a touchdown. So one of those where after he gets to over you, hey, great job, that's what we told you to do. But he's just a playmaker, and that's what he does out there. But, that really, started to swing that momentum. And I know it was early, but, when you had them going against that hard wind at the start of the game, and, for us to get that touchdown right off the bat was a great way to start our season off.
No, especially, and a lot of good dominance on the offensive side there right away, and again the defense stepping up some big plays again with Crookston driving that. Seemed like they had that whole quarter of that drive, but stopping it with that big pick at the end. I know the Bees there. He had a great game in the defensive core and linebacker as well. He was all over the place.
Yeah, it really was, and I think Cole Bees is going to be a player that has the ability to go on to the next level. He's just a great athlete and very good player for us, and really just looked the part tonight, was just really a great linebacker for us out there, and, we're excited for him. He's only a junior, so he's got a lot of football left for us.
He's a big boy for a junior, too. Wow. So, all right. Well, Coach, thank you for your time. Unless Chris cuts me off again, I think we're good. All righty then. Thank you, and best of luck here next week.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Chris, back to you.
Thank you, Bo, and thank you, Coach Kasowski. Always a class act, a great guy, and when Coach Kasowski says that there's a kid that has a chance to play at the next level, he knows his stuff, and there's quite a few for the Green Wave. That could be joining the likes of Caleb Zedlick, who is playing at Valley City State, playing over there, along with some others from East Grand Forks that are playing collegiate football as well. So it's a 33-7 victory for the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Let's take a look at the stats. First for Crookston, Antonio Romero, he had 9 carries for 25 yards. Tegan Lubinsky, he had 13 carries for 36 yards. Again, he started the game 3 carries for a loss of 16. So he ended up finishing, especially in that second half, having a very solid game. And then Carter Coette, he had 4 carries for 7 yards. And Erickson had 3 carries for 1 yard. And Clay Hansen had a fumble recovery for no gain. Crookston had 71 yards rushing. They were pretty solid in the passing department. They were 2 of 5 in the first half. Then they were 5 of 8 after the third quarter. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were 10 of 14 in the game. So 10 of 14 in the game, 61 yards passing. Carter Coette had 3 receptions for 18 yards. You had Antonio Romero, 4 receptions for 18 yards. And then you had 1 reception for Labarski for a loss of 3. And then 1 reception for Erickson for 14 yards. Crookston had 61 yards passing. Again, 10 of 14, 61 yards. There was 1 interception as well, and a total of 132 yards total offense for Crookston. For the East Grand Forks Green Wave, they were, we'll go through their lineup here. Jordan Nowaski had 6 carries for 46 yards. Levi Anderson had, 5 carries for 25 yards. And then you had Clyde Anderson, who had 7 carries for 51 yards. Schmiedeberg had 4 carries for 28 yards. Carpenter had 1 for 5. And then you had, Forey had 2 carries for 3 yards. And then also we had Nolan Cluck, 1 carry for 3 yards. And Ryan McMahon had 1 carry for 5 yards. That is 165 yards rushing for East Grand Forks. And through the air, they were 2 of 3 in the first half, and they were 2 of 3 in the second half. So they were 4 of 6 passing, and they had a total of 21 yards. Anderson had 1 reception for 3 yards. 2 receptions for 4 yards. And then Nowaski had 1 for a loss of 5. And Anderson, that would be Clyde Anderson, had 1 for 22 yards. 165 yards rushing for East Grand Forks, 21 yards passing, 175 yards total offense for East Grand Forks. Crookston had 132. Well, we see Coach Nate Labarski talking with the long-time coach, very successful coach, Conrad Labarski, his dad, coached up in Argyle for many years. So Coach Nate Labarski making his way up. So we'll take one more break, and we'll be back. We'll talk with Coach Labarski and also have our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. That's all coming up right after this as the final score, East Grand Forks 33, Crookston 7.
At Crookston High School, we really have a lot going on.
There isn't that much going on.
Oh yeah? We have
softball, baseball,
track and field, soccer, swimming, tennis, golf, volleyball,
trap shooting, hockey,
basketball,
wrestling. So we have a lot of sports.
and there is orchestra,
Band,
choir, visual arts,
speech,
theater, Leo Club. And Crookston is one of the highest academic schools in the region.
Really?
Yeah, really, especially in math and science.
I guess we do have a lot going on.
Yeah, and that's why Crookston High School is my education destination.
Ever wonder what your city government does for you? They provide police and fire protection, emergency and disaster preparation, building code and zoning enforcement, street repair, cleaning and snow plowing, curbside garbage and recycling collection, plus spring and fall cleanup weeks. They deliver safe drinking water and maintain a wastewater system. They care for 22 parks and provide year-round recreation activities. They give loans for economic development and housing. They do all this and much more with the help of your city employees.
Welcome to Andy Ullman State Farm. We're located on 423 North Broadway, next to Holiday in Crookston, Minnesota. Third generation agent with State Farm. We've got a team here with over 75 years of experience, 6 of us fully licensed, here to serve you. We know insurance is about a promise, and we're here from the beginning to throughout the whole process to deliver on that promise.
Nobody likes to wait on hold, and neither do we. Give our office a call where a cheerful voice is ready to help you right away. Call 218-281-3643.
For all of your automotive service needs, call Christian Brothers Ford here in Crookston. We have a service team to handle all of your vehicle's needs. Does your vehicle pull to the right or left? Call and schedule an alignment today. Proper alignment saves gas and wear on your tires. We're here to take care of your vehicle repairs and maintenance. Call Christopher or Jersey in the service department at 281-1338. Make an appointment today with the service department at Christian Brothers Ford of Crookston, where we make it easy.
Crookston Valley Cooperative would like to thank area growers for their patronage this year and wish you all a safe and prosperous harvest. Since 1979, Crookston Valley Cooperative has been your full-service local agronomy dealer, delivering on the products and service that you've come to expect. For all your fall fertilizer needs, stop by or call Jake at 281-1178. Crookston Valley Cooperative, here to keep you growing.
Coach of the Crookston Pirates, Coach Nate Labarski. And Coach, not the first half you wanted, but the second half you had. You're taking a lot of great things away, and you have to like how your team responded after that tough first half.
Yeah, I do. This is kind of the second year in a row where we have not had a great first half of our first game. Yeah, I mean, the way the resiliency they showed in second half, came out and played after halftime, played hard. We had some, maybe some mental mistakes that left them a short field where we turned it over, and then it just didn't feel the kick right. And otherwise, we played pretty well defensively for sure in the second half. So.
Let's go back to the first half and your first offensive series. You had a 3 and out, and then you had to punt into that hellacious wind, and the punt got stuck up in the wind. It came back, hit at about the 10-yard line, takes an East Grand Forks bounce inside the 5 down to about the 2, and then Clyde Anderson scoops it up and goes in for the touchdown, and obviously not the way you wanted to start.
Other than a turnover on first or second down, that would have been about the worst start you could ask for. No, it didn't go our way to start the game for sure, but we're a young team. We're learning some things, and our ability to bounce back from adversity, which you're going to face in every football game, we got a taste of it right away.
You did, and then they ended up scoring a touchdown with just under 2 minutes left. Nowaski had a nice run, and they take a 12-0 lead. You were able to stop the 2-point conversion again. Well, the kick failed on the first one, then you stopped the run on the second, and you trail 12-0, and then they score another touchdown with 22 seconds left on a short run and lead by a score of 19-0 at the end of the first quarter, and just a tough first quarter for you, especially going into that wind.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I mean, we're getting our conditioning tested because we're not playing a lot of guys early on in the game. We need to get in better shape, and then and we also need to be able to come up with stops when we can get them. But quite honestly, also the offense, we need to be able to move the football. I think we talked about it maybe earlier before the game today, is that it's a key, and it helps our defense a ton when we can sustain drives, and we were not able to do that at the start of the game. So.
And because of that, East Grand Forks started they scored that touchdown on the punt return, and then they start at their your 42, your 33, your 18. And so that's partially because of the wind as well.
Yeah, the field position didn't end up being in our favor, that's for sure. And they took advantage of the wind, as good teams do, and they were able to score there.
What was the difference the rest of the game? Your guys, it seemed like as the game went along, got stronger, and you were able to maybe even wear down East Grand Forks.
Yeah, I think it's part of it is, a lot of times we'll be fairly physical up front on defense, but we need to realize that we can do the same thing on offense. And when those guys do that, and also figuring out, I mean, they don't always come out in what you think they're going to. And sometimes the formation might give you a little hiccup. And we have some experienced guys up front, but we also have some guys that are playing up there for the first time. And getting that figured out doesn't always happen as quickly when you have some new faces up there, but as seasons go on, you've seen a lot more things and you're able to adjust. So I think we knew who we were blocking better, and I think we were blocking better in the second half. Yep.
Let's talk about we'll skip the second quarter. There was no scoring there, and it was back and forth a little bit. But you go into the third quarter, and they're able to score right away to build on that lead. But after that, how you responded, you had a drive that started at, where is it here? I wrote it down, 8:57. And you went all the way to about 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. What a drive it was, and that had to really build some confidence in your guys.
Yeah, I think it did. I mean, our pass protection was a little bit better in the second half as well, even though, Tegan made some plays with his feet and also made a fourth down throw, and we converted some fourth downs, which going down the road, we'd like to convert those on third down and then just keep the chains going. But we were able to convert those, to our guys' credit, and put together those drives. So absolutely, it's a confidence builder, and especially in the first game of the year, if you're not able to move the ball at all, it's demoralizing. We were able to do that some in the second half.
You did score in the fourth quarter with just under 3 minutes left. Antonio Romero on a 5-yard run, but again, it was the legs and arms of Tegan Lubinsky, and he really settled in nicely, especially in that second half.
Yeah, he did. He made some plays outside the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, not afraid to make a throw here and there, and then also just made some good decisions to pull the ball down and pick up some yardage with his feet. Tegan he's a cerebral kid. He knows the game, and there's always things. He also knows when he doesn't do something right, and doesn't set his feet on the interception. Probably had a little bit more time than he thought he did, because I thought our offensive line pass protected there very well, and he'll get that down. We'll get it down. We'll work together.
With the way you finished the game, obviously they scored on that 90-yard return, but you take that away, and a lot of great things in that second half can be taken away as you get ready for Park Rapids next week.
Yeah, and I think I said it at halftime. We were not very prepared. Special teams were kind of a nightmare, a mess for us tonight, and that falls on the head coach, and we need to get a lot better at that. And trying to get our guys spelled a little bit with some new faces out there, and maybe a little bit too new right now. And we need to use our our older guys, our more experienced guys on special teams at least for a little bit longer. Told them after the game, hey, we're all in this together, and we need to improve together at practice, and that's really where you earn your playing time on Friday night. And we're gonna need our young kids. We're gonna need our maybe not inexperienced guys right now, but they can't be inexperienced for very long. So.
I thought Riley Helgeson had a nice game for you.
Yeah, he did. When he really gets after it up front offensively, you can tell a huge difference for us offensively. Yeah. When he has some question marks, you can tell that as well. But I thought he settled in really nice offensively. I thought he played pretty well defensively up front with and Clay did as well. I mean, diving the football, maybe a few times 4 yards we didn't want, but there was a lot of times where it was 2 yards as well.
Then I thought Casey Weiland had a nice game, and defensively, no stranger. The Weiland family has always been good at linebacker, and they've been huge for the Pirate football program, and he's no different.
Yeah, Casey can play football. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I think he has to have a little bit more confidence in himself sometimes, and realize that he can play the game, and at times what he sees is right, just go, Case. and when he does, you can tell when he does. So, yeah, we need him to do that just a little bit more often. But, yeah, I thought tonight he played well. He was around the ball, and we'll have really good things coming from him.
Antonio Romero on the defensive end especially, but both offensively had some nice routes. He ran the ball when he had a hole. He was able to hit it, and he's going to be exciting to watch this year. But defensively, too, he played really well for you.
Yeah, Antonio did play well tonight. He came to play for sure, and not only in pass coverage, which, they didn't throw a ton, but I thought in run support tonight, Antonio was really, really good.
Then on the defensive end, we talked about some. I thought Carter Coet, both sides of the field, he had a pretty solid game too.
Yeah, Carter did, and he made a heck of a catch right here on, I think it was 4th down. I might be wrong, but we certainly need to pick up a first down fairly quickly, and he made a heck of a catch offensively, and Carter's, he's played a lot of good football in his career, and we just look forward to him playing more.
Angel Gutierrez, you could tell he got stronger as the game went along as well, and almost had I don't know if it was a pick or it could have maybe had a touchdown, just missed it. But again, you saw a lot of improvement from a lot of your players.
Yeah, we did. That was one of them too. Probably surprised them linemen, get a little surprised when the ball comes their way like that. But yeah, I thought he got stronger as the game went along too. And conditioning is going to be a big thing for us. I mean, we're early on in the season, we're probably not rotating a whole lot of guys. We need to stay healthy, and we need to get in better condition. Because we're just not going to play as many offensively and defensively. Mm-hmm. And we hope that we can get some guys on special teams to contribute to get those guys a little break. Overall thoughts on the game? Yeah, I thought, tough start. We didn't play very well early on. But I thought, yes, as we went along, we got stronger. I didn't think we gave up. I thought we, kept fighting. The offense put a drive together, which was a confidence booster. But as always, when you lose, it's coach's fault. When you win, it's players' fault.
Players' fault or players? Yeah.
Yep.
Let's talk about your next opponent. The great news this year is you have all section teams here. The rest of the way, you're playing all 7 section teams. It starts Park Rapids. They opted they petitioned the State High School League to move down from Class 3A to 2A. I think everybody was happy that Park Rapids gets to move down, and I know Crookston Park Rapids, we play in almost every sport. Why not play in football again like we used to? And they're going to be coming to town, and so now it's all section play, so every game is a big game from here on out. Yeah, absolutely it is. We need to certainly go learn from the film where we need to improve from this game, but it's now football time, and every week comes upon us, and there's not as much practice, so we have to learn as much as we can, but move on to Park Rapids as well pretty quickly. This is a silly question because I'm sure you didn't play them last year, but do you know anything about Park Rapids?
I don't. A little bit from last year, but I'm sure they different personnel, but I think they like to spread it out a little bit, and I'm sure they have some athletes, but other than that, no, not a whole lot.
And if you keep improving like you did from the first half to the second half and from week 1 to week 2, and when they say the most improvement is made in a football season, you're going to probably be pretty happy next Friday.
Yeah, we sure hope so. We're going to work hard at it for sure. We'll work hard at it together, all coaches and players. So,
yep. Coach, again, let's take a look now. We gave you the stats. Let's take a look at our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. Again, the final score here. What was the final? 33-7? Yeah, 33-7 the final. And the Pirates fall to the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Congratulations to the Green Wave starting off the season 1-0. And the Pirates, of course, will be 0-1. And let's see what else we have here on the scoreboard. The Pirate Boys soccer team, they played to a 1-1 tie with the Melrose Dutchmen. It was Blake Melsha coming up with 10 saves, but the 10th save was the biggest one of the game with about 3 minutes left on a penalty kick. Melsha stops it, and the game remains tied at 1-1 to solidify that tie down in Melrose against a section opponent. Scoring for the Pirates was Caden Boyk. In the JV game, Jay Reese scored 2 goals, and Crookston beat Melrose by a score of 3-2. Carter Fee also added a goal in that game as well. Pirate girls tennis, they were supposed to have a triangular with Moorhead and also with Staples Motley. That was going to be a big triangular, but that's been postponed to September 28th because of rain this morning. Other finals that we have in high school football in 9-man, Hancock, they beat up on Norman County Eastfield and Hitterdal 50-14. That was played at the University of Minnesota Morris Stadium, Big Cat Stadium, a nice stadium down there. And then Rossay, they beat Warren Alvarado Oslo 22-0. Ottertail Central beat Goodrich Grigla Gatsky 20-0. Foston, with under a minute left in the game, they lead Hillcrest Lutheran Academy 37-6. Cherry is beating up on Black Duck with a minute left in the first half, 32-0. And Ortonville is tied with Park Christian 6 apiece at the end of the first half. In Class A, Ada Borup West beat New York Mills 13-6. Mahnomen Waban beat up on Benson, no surprise there, 37-0. And in other scores in Class A, Lake Park Audubon leads Parker's Prairie 14-7. And Class 2A, the final score here was East Grand Forks beating Crookston 33-7. And in other scores, probably not going to be a lot from Class AA. A lot of teams playing as we speak, so no updates there. And, yeah, that is about it. Pequot Lakes, they lead North Branch 35-6 at halftime. And let's see. Yep, that's about it there on the updates. And really no teams from 4A. Well, we told you Pequot Lakes leads North Branch. They're going to be tough in 3A again. North Branch is a 4A school, but that's about it there. And taking a look at our college football, we're going to join up with the Gopher football here in just a little bit as they are taking on Nebraska. You hate to say a must-win this early in the season, but taking on the below-average Nebraska Cornhuskers. The Gophers trying to be above average right now. They're slightly above average. They lead Nebraska 3-0 with a 34-yard field goal in the second quarter. The difference at halftime. So the Gophers lead Nebraska 3-0. We'll be joining up with that game here in just a little bit. And that is it on our scoreboard update. We'll have all the scores available on our website, KROXAM.com, and click on sports. Then on the days of the week drop-down menu, go to Thursday, and we'll have all the scores there. Tomorrow on KROX, we're going to have Fertile Beltrami Falcon football as they take on Border West. That's a co-op of Wheaton, Herman, Norcross, and some other co-op is in there as well. There's about 7 towns involved in that co-op. Fertile Beltrami, the 2-time defending Section 6 9-man champ, and they've been to the state championship 2 years ago and to the state semifinals last year. They're looking to get back to the state tournament, and they start off that defense of their title 2 years in a row now, as they will kick off at 6 o'clock. We'll have the pregame at 5:30. Be listening for that right here on KROX as well. That should about do it for the entire KROX staff up here that helped produce all of the live stream, also the radio, and also updating the website as well. We thank all of them. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. We thank our sponsors. The best thing you can do to make sure that we continue to do what we do here at KROX, cover Pirate sports like we do, you can patronize those businesses that you hear during the games or on the live stream, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Buying this equipment, not cheap by any means. Gas, as you know, not cheap by any means, and everything else. But we thank you for patronizing those businesses so they can sponsor the games here on KROX to allow us to do what we do. So thank those businesses. The best way is to patronize the business, or at the very least tell them thank you for being a sponsor of Pirate Athletics right here on KROX. The final score here from UMC Field, it was the East Grand Forks Green Wave improving to 1-0 on the season with a 33-7 victory over the Crookston Pirates. Next up for East Grand Forks, they will be hosting Little Falls next Friday. Crookston will be hosting Park Rapids, so half of the home schedule will be done in the first 2 weeks for the Pirates. We thank you for listening. Don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, and more. The video replay on our website as well, KROXAM.com. Click on sports. And thanks for listening, and have a great evening, everybody.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream.